through the night, depending on where you are. In Ibadan, it rained all through the night. It even drizzled a bit early this morning, so it's pretty cold morning.
It's still drizzling in some areas.
So, and you know what that means? If it rains the whole night in Ibadan, almost the whole day yesterday too. You know what that means? So if you live close to the river or to the stream, a lot of pictures came in yesterday.
Flooding.
So I hope you are staying safe wherever you are. Staying safe now, not necessarily about COVID-19. Managing waterways in your area. I hope you're doing just that. Well, it's a good day to be alive. It's the very first day of another month, and I'm glad I'm alive. I'm pretty sure the average listener too is glad. 2020. What a year. What a year. But we're glad we're alive, and it's the very first day of the month of July 2020. Once again, from wherever you are listening, good morning and welcome. This is how we run the program, Mondays through Saturdays, 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. And we're live on the radio network of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. Coming to you live from our Iliakede Orita Bashoru studios right here in Ibadan. We're also live on our Agility 92.1 FM and Okyogun 96.3 FM, our dual sister stations around Oyo State. We're also live on social media platforms, our feedback channels, facebook.com/Oluyole 98.5 FM, on Twitter at Oluyole FM. Check us out also on Instagram at Oluyole 98.5 FM. Our website is www.bcos.tv/listen. You can listen to us live, audio alone, on that website. But for Facebook and Twitter, audio visual live streaming. So join us on either of those platforms. Check us out on the online radio platform mixler.com/Oluyole FM. We are also there. And of course, we open the phone lines for you, our distinguished listeners, to join the conversation. We'll go straight to the papers. I have a copy of the Punch newspaper.
And I have a copy of the Nigerian Tribune.
NMA, NUT, knock federal government over order to reopen schools. We can't resume. We don't want to die. Teachers tell FG. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper.
Now, confusion over federal government's plan to concession for airports. It's crime against Nigerians, says union. That's on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Akeredolu tests positive. Cabinet members, monarchs self-isolate. Page 2 of the Punch newspaper.
A discourse shift tariff increase to 2021. Subsidized electricity for Nigerians. Senate tells federal government. That's on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune.
And we have National Assembly discourse ask federal government to subsidize power consumption. Page 25 of the Punch newspaper.
FIRS remits 66 billion stamp duty into Federation accounts. That's a lot. That's
FIRS. They used to do better than that, ne? People that do like 1 trillion or more, almost 5 trillion in a year.
Well, just on stamp duty.
Okay, well, from stamp duty alone, sounds nice. Yeah. Okay. What do me? Family of slain cop sues federal government. Killer captain this week. Page 7 of the Punch newspaper. It was bound to happen since they were not appearing in court.
And no one is saying anything.
Which family will allow their breadwinner just die like that? So, I hope Attorney General will do something about this urgently. Else they are ready. They are. I'm seeing the class suit here if they are not careful. Page 7 of the Punch newspaper. You can find the story there.
A 24-year-old man kills 30-year-old girlfriend, dumps body inside well. That's on page 30. Nigerian Tribune. Love gone so. Did it have to warrant killing murder?
I don't know, seriously. Kill and then dump the body somewhere. Who does that? Okay. A Chinese bank Sinosure to fund $2.6 billion at Jaukuta to Kaduna pipeline project. Page 19. When you say to fund, it's another loan. It's not free, is it? Does bank give grants? This is they are trying to tell us
be something in it for them
stylishly that somebody is paying for this. Okay, so Chinese banks are initiated to fund $2.6 billion at Jakarta to Kaduna pipeline project. Page 19 of the Punch newspaper.
And Jonathan's government reps grill accountant general over 1.819 trillion naira extra budgetary spending. NSA got 36.4 billion naira to construct dam, 31.3 billion naira paid into political appointees' account, and 2.8 billion naira approved for hand sanitizers. All these on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Wow, interesting.
In sums.
Okay, we have this here. Ekiti reopens schools July 20. Oh, Governor Fayemi is not even joking at all. He's not even negotiating. Like I say that we'll do 1 week. He just went ahead and announced.
No.
Wow, what a man. No room for debate, no room for
business.
So, well, it's done. I mean, straightforward. Ekiti reopens schools July 20. Worship centers even earlier, July 17. Page 7 of the Punch newspaper. CAA
bans use of private jets for charter operation. That's on page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune. Are you sure that ban is going to have any?
Are those not their customers? Like that guy said, Malians, plenty of thousands of them fly the aircraft. So let's see how they will make their money. What do I know? All right. Alleged rape. IG orders probe of the band accusers arrest. That's on page 7 of the Punch newspaper.
Okay. Ibadan community is flooded after 3-hour rainfall. We spoke about that.
Exactly.
It says the every causes flooding, gridlock in Ibadan, cars submerged.
Wow.
Page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Several pictures filtered in via WhatsApp and the likes yesterday, and videos of Oludo, Sawmill, along Lagos by the Expressway. Lots of, flood disasters around those locations. Wike invites Buhari, hails 78.9 billion naira return to Rivers. This same Wike, when money enter the account, anything can happen. Start singing praises. Money. Wike invites Buhari, hails 78.9 billion naira return to Rivers coffers. Page 10 of the Punch newspaper.
And the whistleblower yesterday, Opui, saying that the federal government was unwilling to pay him. Well, Malami is saying something now. It says whistleblower Opui's claim untrue. That's coming from the AGF man.
Has he paid him? That's the bone of contention. Has he been paid? Whether it's true or not. The guy is shouting now. He deserves his pay. Saying.
Well, it says there that the AGF is actually saying that he's not entitled to any payment because he was not the whistleblower.
Okay. So who is the whistleblower?
Well, they should let us know. And if he has been paid.
You see now, the information was not wrong. Now it's about the person who brought the information, that he was not the one that blew the whistle. See life. Well, we'll see how it goes. I want to believe the AGF might have given the right person.
He even said the issue he raised was never an issue of whistleblowing.
Oh.
So they are now trying to uncategorize.
So whistleblowing has levels now. So
as levels. And
probably they knew already. They were just not talking about that.
That cannot be categorized as whistleblowing.
Welcome to Nigeria. All right. I just pitied the guy. He had better just get somewhere and secure himself. I remember a worker yesterday saying, if you want to blow whistle in Nigeria, consider yourself dead first. I hope he's safe. Health workers meet federal government today. Threatening strike over hazard allowance. Again?
I thought what they said they
this will most likely exclude the resident doctors. These are just other health workers, probably nurses and the likes.
They said health workers. They said that should include resident, or that should include other categories of health workers. That was what the government
They
statement
said they're threatening strike, fire and brimstone right here. Page 7 of the Punch newspaper. If time permits, we'll take this story. Health workers meet federal government today, threatening strike over hazard allowance.
Okay, COVID-19, Ekiti reopens worship centers July 17, schools July 20. Says frontline medical personnel get 2.5 billion life insurance. That's still coming from Ekiti.
Okay. No, that headline was quite specific. No story. This day we are resuming. He's not willing to negotiate with any. It's not like our governor here, where you start discussing it and debating it, and you manage to get it postponed. Well, everybody with their style of governance. Anyway, ICPC declares ex-official wanted for bribery. ICPC official. Okay.
Ex-official.
Means they've dismissed him when they discovered, you know how that thing runs. All right. Page 10 of the Punch newspaper.
Okay. Oyo discharges 180 COVID-19 patients, records new death.
Wow, at once, 180. Okay. Well, that death is what saddens the hearts. Most people will not want to, but some people are working. Kudos to the health workers putting their life on the line, taking care of these people. We must appreciate them. Illegal entry. Federal government rescues 39 Nigerians detained in Ghana. That word detained. Like they were imprisoned?
Or that they did something wrong and...
Wow. Okay.
Well,
they said illegal entry, illegal entrance.
Okay.
So they were now detained. Okay. Well, federal government rescues 39 Nigerians detained in Ghana. Details on page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
All right, we could take some sports stories, or you still have some?
Okay, let me just quickly take these stories in order. Makinde never surpassed Ajimobi's achievements. Daughter-in-law. Oh, okay, we understand. We understand. It's a stage of grieving. I was trying to explain to somebody yesterday that anger is a stage in grieving. You know, just cut these people a slack. But what will not be taken is if it degenerates to insults. But if somebody is angry, I think it's...
but then should this be coming up at...
I don't know. That must be Ganduje's daughter.
Definitely should be.
The father also is a governor, they feel. But I hope somebody will rein them in and you don't just talk anyhow. Some things are not... You are trying to compare, somebody who spent 8 years with somebody who has just spent 1 year. Simple, regular common sense will tell you that you shouldn't do such. You shouldn't now. But when these things make the front page of the newspaper, you begin to ask yourself.
And again, for me, this is not even the time for this. Let the man rest. For crying out loud. Yeah, well, the man rest.
Some of us will try to help where it can. Saying they are grieving, but it's important, again, like I said, some elders in the family need to really help step in here and rein this, because I discover it's the ladies now that are just doing everything. The wife, the daughter-in-law. Somebody needs to get them in order. You don't need to shout like this.
And it's not everything on the public space that you have to respond to.
You took it straight from my mouth. That's it. So, well, now she will necessarily draw attention to herself. Somebody that should just be in her house, her own husband house, JJ, and be living her life will get attention. And I can assure you, such an headline on social media will have more attacks than praises. CP orders manhunt for Okada men who killed Lagos businessman. And that's on page 5 of the Punch newspaper. And finally, APC chief Tinubu's daughter, MC Oluyole, to supervise federal government recruitment. I read it as it was typed. So that's on page 9 of the Punch newspaper.
To supervise federal government.
Tola, I read what was written. That's okay. So we can go to sports now.
From the world of sports, 3SC Insurance lose promotion bid under COVID-19. AFCON postponed till 2022. Nigeria can't defend Open title. Sports page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
And on the sports page of the Punch newspaper, CAF shifts AFCON to 2022, cancels women's tourney, and football body to introduce Women's Champions League. We also have Obaseki Lords Osimhen over Mark Vivian for award. Wrong to exclude local players, ex-stars, coaches. And we also have COVID-19. Federal government maintains restrictions on sporting activities. That's about that on the sport page, page 31 of the Punch newspaper.
And I was here nears 60 million euro Napoli move. And Serena's coach calls for US Open cancellation. More stories coming from the sports page of the Nigerian Tribune.
Well, I'm done with sports, yeah? Do you have more? I will just go straight to major headline.
All right. This story about aviation unions, confusion over federal government's plan to concession for airports, and it's crime against Nigerians, says unions. Stories on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. Tension reigned very high at the Murtala Mohammed Airport yesterday as the aviation unions gathered to map out strategies to use to frustrate the ongoing plans by the federal government to concession the 4 international airports across the country. The unions made up of the National Association of Air Transport Employees, NUATI, Air Transport Services Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, and the Association of Nigeria Aviation Professionals described the planned airport concession as a crime against the Nigerian people, saying the plan must be resisted. To show their displeasure towards the concession plan, the unions, after a world press conference, announced their intention to embark on nationwide protest against what they call the unsavory machination of the government in the concession plan. According to them, these protests shall last as long as the idea to concession Nigerian airports remains alive. In furtherance of the objective, we have studied support of the NLC, TUC and UOC for the purpose of escalating the processes of engagement and protest. Never again will the unfortunate mistake of selling of national assets to government officials and their cronies, as happened in the electricity sector, shall we allow such to happen again in Nigeria? Never again. Aviation workers move against federal government's plan to concession for airports.
Well, if you ask me, I think, yes, many times we've gotten privatization wrong, and sometimes we've gotten it right, like the telecom sector, bringing in private players. The challenge with the power sector is that the facility that these same private guys came in to take over are moribund. Moreover, we did not totally privatize the power sector. That's the truth. We only privatized a third of the whole. I mean, what we did was break the power sector into 3. We now have TCN, transmission company, in the middle. You have GENCOs, those who are generating. Nigeria got a Canadian company to help manage and all that, but Nigeria is still the one. You still civil servants, that call the shots in some portions and all that. Then you have the transmission company, where you have another private company working with them called NBET, Nigeria Bulk Electricity Transmission and all that. Then you have the DISCOs, NBET interfaces. It's only DISCOs that you can say is strictly private sector driven. Unfortunately, if you look at, compared with the telecom sector, telecoms, these guys came in and built their own infrastructure. That's the difference. I mean, as I mentioned their names, the big guns in the telecom sector came in. You see their mast. They built their own infrastructure from scratch. That didn't happen in the power sector. Now, going to the aviation sector, let me be sincere with you. I mean, the few places we've been opportune to travel to, the best airports in the world, except for countries where they have been able to stamp out corruption and manage things, best airports in the world are private owned. That's the truth. There are about 2 airports outside the country that are even managed by Nigerians who are business moguls. Gatwick Airport in the UK, owned by one Mr. Ogunlesi. So if you really want to manage airports, I'm sure what these guys are afraid of. They will lose their job, and all that, and all the money they make. But if you really want to achieve anything in the aviation sector, I think it's high time we allow people manage it. It had, I think at a time, they attempted it, but, well.
But to what extent has the government been able to convince Nigerians and these unions in particular that it won't be the same old story all over again? Because it seems to me now like the unions are afraid of the fact that, well, the government is saying to the would-be investors, another pie has been baked. So those of you with the means, come to the table, bring your knives and obtain a slice. That is the way they are seeing it. And you don't blame them. Talking about, like you mentioned past experiences as well. Well, the way I'm looking at it, well, you mentioned the Ogunlesi, who has been successful in the partition process outside the country, of an airport outside the country. Probably the same person, if invited to do this now, probably the Nigerian factor would creep in and we would have the same old story that we had in the power sector playing out here, which is what these unions are afraid of. Then the question of the impunity with which the federal government does things, it's very clear that these unions were not carried along from scratch.
Most likely.
They are just making the plans, they are just saying this is what we want to do. And there should be a forum where you can actually allay the fears of members of this union, of members of these unions. Tell them this is how we are going to do it. These are the lessons we've learned from the past mistakes. These are what we've seen unfold in the past, and these are the steps we are taking to address those matters.
Tola, I'm just trying to cut the federal government is slack here, but I would be surprised if they never engage these guys. That would be unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. In fact, I think they deserve some lampoon. How do you take somebody's job without telling him? Because that's what it's beginning to look like. And but I'm on the side of privatization, seriously. In this part of the world, government has no business doing business. That's it, if properly done. But the truth is, in this Africa that we are, especially Nigeria, government has got no business doing business. It always ends in tears. That's the truth. Except we just want to deceive ourselves. When you begin to see different interests, and the moment a government leaves and another person comes in, they want to claim ownership. Why don't we have our airline flying now? I mean, we launched it in Dubai like almost 2 years ago now. Paid over $1 billion launching logo and one single plane we have not bought.
And I know the attempt at Virgin Nigeria.
You know? I'm sure, what's the Virgin guy there? I'm sure if you ask him, he will have his story to tell. Really, you know, Richard Branson.
Really, if you really burnt his fingers.
If ask him now, he will convince you never to do business in Nigeria. You know, it takes the Chinese guys who also know how to cut corners and all that to come and do business in Nigeria. And they know now. So really, it's better government does not interfere with such things. And then our aviation sector has been moribund for long enough. I mean, check our airports. You know, the federal government is coming to upgrade. It should not have been their job. Concession it. The person who knows that his money has been sunk into it and he needs to upgrade will naturally spend money on it. That's just it. You won't need to begin to budget a particular amount of money. See the way we even handle runways. You know, sometimes you say the runway is bad, you shut down an airport for months. They fix runways too abroad. Okay, so really I would have suggested that yes, engage private hands, but then of course you must carry the people who are working there currently along. That goes without saying. It goes without saying. Let me quickly take this story. NMA, NUT knocked federal government over order to reopen schools. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. The Nigerian Medical Association and the Nigerian Union of Teachers on Tuesday took a swipe at the federal government over its safe reopening of schools. The apex organizations of medical doctors and teachers in the country told the Punch that the directive that graduating classes should resume was not only badly thought out but also could expose teachers, both teachers and pupils, to the deadly coronavirus. The NMA President, Professor Innocent Uja, who spoke to one of our correspondents in Just, said that given the current low level of compliance by Nigerians with COVID-19 safety protocols, it was risky to ask pupils to resume. The NUT General Secretary Mike Ene said government was playing politics with the directive. He warned that our teachers who had not been paid salaries in some states will get money to buy personal protective equipment. Uja and Ene spoke just as the Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu on Tuesday became the latest prominent Nigerian to test positive for the virus. We can't resume. We don't want to die. Teachers tell federal government. Also, the NUT General Secretary said government was not serious with his directive. Said teachers could not resume because nobody wanted to die. He stated, I don't know who is going to use his own child as a guinea pig. It is only those who are alive that can speak of keeping hope alive. How can we resume? Does anybody want to die? It said if government wanted teachers to resume, they should be provided with necessary materials and incentives. Now, what I see from this story is that some state governments have done nothing in terms of reaching out to the teachers, which is wrong. In fact, what I hear, what I can hear, what I can read from the line is that some people have not collected salary. I'm not talking private schools. From what yes, and public schools, yes. In some states, at least I think we can speak for your state that is not true. No, your state, but in some states, some people have not been paid, and that is what these people are fighting for. That okay, if we must resume, have you put the necessary things in place? For example, the resumption 1 week ahead, the resumption that was allowed for the teachers, they resumed this last Monday. It gave them an opportunity to see what the facility in the school looked like.
Some ground.
You understand? So, are states putting that in place? If they are not, I don't support the opening. Let's face it. you shouldn't just send people to the war front without providing them with the basic equipment.
And of course, the NUT, well, they are there on the front line. I believe they know what they are saying.
They know, what's happening across board in different states, across the federation. And I think one thing we need to also talk about here is that it's not as if the federal government has any solution to COVID-19, and that's why they are saying this. These guys should go ahead and resume. For people who might be saying it's because they saw they have one vaccine. There's no vaccine, at least not this year. Neither is any drug, okay? Everybody's just managing COVID-19. It's important people know that. But if you can take necessary precaution, if we can, if schools can manage it, why not? It's a go-ahead. Moreover, we're looking at the terminals classes where you shouldn't have too many people around, but can we do this right?
And again, this also dovetails into the issue of addressing provision of critical infrastructure. For instance, you talk about providing points where people can wash their hands, and running water is still a very big problem in many parts of Nigeria.
It is. I totally agree.
That's talking about at this section of critical infrastructure.
Some schools don't even have water supply at all. Even down to wells, some schools don't have, including some mushroom private schools.
And I think they're almost a year, and I think that there was enough time to address these things.
So something needs to be done urgently about this before opening the schools.
Now, quickly before we go on, we would like to tender profuse apologies to our listeners in Okiogun that we were unable to reach them this morning. There is a technical issue which our engineers are already addressing. So apologies to our highly esteemed audience in Okiogun again. And we also like to inform our listeners, our audience on BCS television, that something unique is starting today on BCS television. For the first time in the history of BCS TV, we are going
24 hours.
24 hours, full blast, 24 hours of quality transmission.
All the way.
All the way.
All the way.
So anytime, just tune in anytime.
You wake up in the midnight, you don't know what to watch. Tune in. BCS TV will be on. We'll do for a commercial break. Let's go sell something. We need money. When we're back, conversation continues. Don't go anywhere.
Oluyole 98.5.
Are you aware that you can now obtain your certificate of occupancy in just 60 days under the Oyo State Home Owner Status Scheme, OYHOC? Just buy the OYHOC recharge card for 6,000 naira only from the Office of Lands in the local government, LCDA, or at the Secretariat, Agodi. Register your application by following instructions on the back of the recharge card, as the PIN number on the recharge card is the application number, and only applications with a vital PIN will be processed. The good news is that CR4 processing fee for various types of properties are affordable and can be paid instrumentally. Not only that, your CR4 can be used for bank loan or any financial transaction. It is now digitalized, so information on it can be accessed anytime, anywhere in the world. Hurry up! This offer is only available to the 31st of December 2020. For further inquiries, call 0700-696-52637.
Oluyole Conversation with Dayo and Tola.
So glad to know you're there. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM and this conversation with Dayo and Tola. Time check 7:02 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. I am Oladayo Ogunbowale.
Now I'm Tola Teriba.
We take more news. You have a story there?
This one is about FIRS. It says FIRS remits 66 billion naira stamp duty into Federation account. At the inauguration of the Inter-Ministerial Committee on Audit and Recovery of Backyard Stamp Duties and the launch of the FIRS adhesive stamp in Nigeria on Tuesday, it emerged that Federal Inland Revenue Service remitted a 66 billion naira into the Federation account within the first 5 months of 2020. At the event, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, Mr. Boss Mustafa, who represented President Muhammadu Buhari, said there was assurance that the collection from stamp duty will be second to all revenue, as it has the potential to yield up to 1 trillion naira if properly harnessed. I like that, if properly harnessed. Now, Buhari had then directed that all institutions of government and related stakeholders should support the Interministerial Committee on Audit and Recovery of Backyard Stamp Duties to enable it to succeed on its assignment. I hereby also direct that the request that all relevant MDAs, particularly the Central Bank of Nigeria, NIBDS, MDBs, FIRS, NIPOS, should give maximum cooperation to the committee in the discharge of its mandate. FIRS remits 66 billion stamp duty into Federation accounts. So there is another gold mine.
Well, you should know it's people that are paying for it. I think the stamp duty is 50 naira. So when you buy something and all that, yeah. But as long as it does not cause more trouble.
And again, this issue about being properly harnessed, which the SGF mentioned, again, it comes to my mind again, 66 billion naira. Well, we have so much money coming into the coffers of government. Aside the loans we are taking in recent times, money coming in from different sectors, and at the end of the day, you hardly see the impact of this revenue.
That's it.
You hardly see or feel the impact. It's always the same old story. The government says, "Oh, government can't do anything, do everything. Brace for impact, brace up for hard times," and you begin to wonder, where does all this money go? For me, I'm not really excited. I mean, looking at past experiences, I'm not really excited about this money coming from stamp duty. I mean,
well, my challenge is that do we have a choice in such an instance? They are at liberty to,
as if they are just telling us for our information.
Exactly. But we can talk about it, and that's what we're doing. And then request or require them to spend it wisely, spend it wisely. I think that's the best we can do at this juncture, because if I say I'm not worried, the average Nigerian should be. We should ask questions, and let's take this story. Talking about asking questions, health workers meet federal government today, threatening strike over hazard allowance, because I know somebody is asking, so who did they pay? Let's take that story on page 7 of the Punch newspaper. Page 7 of the Punch newspaper, right there. The joint health sector unions have expressed displeasure over the insistence of the Ministry of Health that some categories of health workers be paid 10% of their basic salaries. And the union said that what was agreed on was that 50% of health workers' basic salaries would be paid as special hazard allowance across board. Johesu will today, Wednesday, have a meeting with the government, but its president, Josiah Bio Belemoye, decried the discrimination and segregation of health workers and the payment of COVID-19 hazard allowance by the federal government. He said, "We are very mindful of the consequences of shutting down the health system at this critical period, but we are being forced to toe this path because we entered an agreement to replace whoever is earning 5,000 naira as hazard allowance should be replaced with 50% of the basic salary. But today some machinations have taken place to redefine who a health worker is. That is to say, some persons are no longer health workers, and so they should be paid 10%. Some of these persons that they have discriminated against fall under the categories of health workers that are more exposed than some of the professionals that are paid 50%. He warned that the unions might be forced to mobilize their members to down tools if Wednesday meeting fails to address all these grievances. So it's now a Johesu meeting.
I still say the federal government said they are taking care of.
Clearly, these guys were excluded. They were excluded. Something needs to be done. Mr. President, the labor minister needs to engage these guys, because actually the nurses, the lab techs, these are the people that are plenty in the hospitals. They are the ones that you see more. Yes, doctors, yeah, I mean, you can take away what they are doing, but you can't just wish away these guys. You can't. You can't. They should be taken care of. And I think they are just fighting for their rights. I won't sit down here and say they are shouting too much. No. No, they're also health workers.
You have teachers saying they don't want to die.
Yeah. So now, how about people who are now treating, so yes,
very front line.
They deserve whatever they're asking for, and that's fair treatment. Fair treatment. I think the Minister of Labour should do something about this urgently.
You need to see how government officials go to the extra length to protect themselves from COVID-19. Watching them on television. And
they too don't want to die. They don't want to die too. I mean, lawmakers have we lost now in the last 3 or 4 months. So they know. I mean, Chief of Staff to Mr. President, our own immediate past governor, very painful. So I mean, they know that this thing is knocking at the door. So why will you not take care of those who are actually at the front line? It's important. We can't overstate this.
And talking about politicizing some of these issues now. This headline, 774,000 jobs. Senators, Keyamo in fairy exchanges. Senators accuse him of lopsided composition of committees. And Keyamo says, politicians are blackmailing me. I could take a few paragraphs.
Please do.
It was a stormy session on Tuesday at the Senate hearing room 231 as lawmakers engaged the Minister of State for Labour, Employment and Productivity, Mr. Festus Keyamo, in a shouting match that lasted for over 30 minutes, leading to the abrupt suspension of the committee's sitting. Now, the Joint Committee of the Senate had invited the minister to come and explain the modalities by which the ministry arrived at a 20-man committee of the Special Public Works Program, SPWP, without the input of the Senate. The committee was designed as a selection committee to actualize the federal government's extension Special Public Works Program for the employment of 774,000 youths, with which is 1,000 youths each from the 774 local government areas of the country. Trouble started when a member of the committee called for a closed-door meeting in which journalists were expected to excuse the lawmakers and heads of agencies invited for the inquiry. This did not go down well with Keyamo, who said he must respond to all allegations against his person and office in the public, as he was interrogated in public and maligned. Members of the committee became infuriated by his decision to demand for open deliberation, insisting that he had no right to dictate to them. 774,000 jobs, Senators Keyamo in fairy exchanges. Now they are accusing him of lopsided composition of committees, and Keyamo says he's been blackmailed. All this on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune.
I don't know if you saw that video. I did. And I saw a full-length one. There's this station that does just strictly parliamentary whatever, how the whole thing developed, how it began to graduate little by little, and then they started talking about a particular senator asked, okay, how will you check the performance? What's the KPI? How will you rate it and all that? And Mr. Stu was trying to play safe. No doubt there was this think of arrogance in him responding to them.
From the story,
Being a lawyer, you know, and all that. Even when you look at the video, you see it that you people, you cannot control me. I respond, you know, I only report to Mr. President and all that. And so they now said, okay, it's like this thing is getting out of hand. Most likely they knew now, the legislators, they are used to shouting. With due respect to our legislators, but they are used to. So most likely, probably, I'm not, you know, holding brief for them. They felt, okay, let the camera people go out so that we can, you know, sort this thing out. What will our brother say? He said, no, they will stay here.
You malign me in public.
And he successfully shifted that fight, you know, to make himself look like the victim, that no, they don't want the public to know what is about to happen. So, what do you mean? Let them, you know, before you know it, it generated into something else, and they told you, okay, please leave.
I know. You recall the Yoruba saying that you cannot strip me naked in public, and now go and
exactly. You know,
I think that's what Keyamo
was trying to do. You know, and all that. Unfortunately, he had already gotten on the bad side of some of those legislators at that point. They used some strong words, you know, insulted, you know, his career and all that. So one of them even threw a microphone at him. It was that bad. I mean, if you see the lengthy video, and but what I can see in all of this, if we must say the truth, is that it's like there's something. Okay, it's not like there's something in it for everybody, and some people are trying to protect, you know, their whatever. Some people will say yes. I've seen people who have come out between that last night and today that maybe they are the senators. They have constituents. They have to fight for their constituents. I shake my head. But okay, fight for their constituents. Are you sure there's something else not involved in all of this?
But why are these things always shrouded in controversy?
When money is involved,
supposed to be of benefit to the vast majority.
Tola, when money is involved, anything can happen. We just heard Governor Wike praising and inviting President Buhari for a visit to the state.
And they are ever so predictable.
78 billion in the accounts. We open the phone lines. 08055009850. We have our first caller here.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Aruno.
This is Aruna from Odoru, Ogomosho.
You're welcome. Nice to have you. Go ahead with your comments.
Mr. Janti, happy new month.
I wish you same.
Wish you the same.
Yes, I want to comment on somebody that was trying to compare one government to another. You cannot compare somebody that spent 8 years with a person that just spent a year. So we should just wait for another government to spend its own 8 years before we start comparing. What is the statistical measure that I want to compare someone that spent 8 years with someone that don't spend a year? That is one. Second is I want Mr. Tola to congratulate myself and Mr. Dayo. For Manchester United won yesterday 3 goals to nothing.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you, Aruna. Yes, so 3-0. All right. But the phone line is still open. Let's get people to drop their comments. I can see social media. I recognize you. Don't worry. We'll get there. Let's still settle the phone lines down.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Dayo and Mr. Tola.
Good morning, sir.
Now, this issue of the lawmakers trying to drill Keyamo has something to do with the issue of jobs that we are talking about.
Yeah, 774,000 jobs.
Yeah, few days ago now that this Empower thing started, I don't know if you must have seen it. It was all on the news that they have already given them 50,000 slots. That was the 500,000 seats available for the applicants. So I think the same thing is going with these 774 jobs. I mean, the federal government is giving out also. So the lawmakers should tread easily. I don't understand where we are going in this country. May God help us in this place.
You didn't tell us your name.
I am Adenudo Amotayo from Ajawi, sir.
Okay, nice to have you. Ogun State, thank you so much. The phone line is still open. If people from Ogun are entering now, so Ibadan, Oyo, okay, someone is here.
Hello, good morning. Good morning,
morning, sir.
Morning, Akashola Bello calling from Ogomosho.
Okay, Mr. Bello from Ogomosho, please go ahead.
Okay. To talk about the child that the federal government out. It's just true. Now they said they will open the school. We are in lockdown. We have this coronavirus disturbing everybody. Now they say they should enter. That means they want to put their lives in the trouble. So I prefer that maybe they should find something to do before they enter the school finally. That is my whole conversation. Thank you. Good morning.
All right, thank you so much. On Facebook, Kende Tiger, okay, so this one that I'm starting with, Kende, this July 1. Nigerian politicians, shenanigans, ocus pocus, hoodwink, cajoling, bedeviling the hoi polloi is demeaning, unsavory, an act that is akin to Hitlerism. Thank you, Mr. Kende Tiger Kinsami. We'll go back to the phone
That was mild, don't know.
He tried.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good
Morning, sir.
Mr. Tola, I'm wishing happy new month.
Thank you so much. We should say
We shall be blessed in this new month abundantly.
amen.
This is Mokadam, this is Kamaraba calling from Mugumasho.
Nice to have you, sir.
Yeah, well done, my brothers. On the issue of reopening the schools by federal government, our federal government, we don't know what they are doing because one, they cannot provide anything. So they should just let everybody go to school. And those we don't want to hear anything from them again about the reopening or no reopening. We don't want to hear anything about it because they don't know what they are doing. So far, they cannot provide anything. So are we going to stay at home for so many times, wasting our time? So we need to credit our state governor here, Governor Inakidi. So may God Almighty continue to be with him and provide him what he wants.
All right, thank you so much, Mokadam. Adiola Sunday on Facebook saying, good morning, Tola, and happy new month to you guys. I wish you all the best in the month. Comrade Adiola Sunday from Shaki, thank you. Abidogunluwa Sheon Joshua saying, good morning, sir, happy new month. Okay. This will be a month of joy to all of us. Joshua from Basharu, our neighbor. I would like to see one of these days. Basharu is right here. Back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
You are close to your phone, to your radio set.
Okay.
You can still
Turn down the volume.
Turn down the volume, or you stay away from it.
Hello, good morning.
Okay,
right, better
now. Your name, sir?
I'm Mr. Sewa, one call from Okado.
Okay, nice to have you, sir.
Yeah, I want to talk about the last caller. He said that federal government knows that don't know what they are doing. They know what they are doing because they know more about this COVID-19 more than us. That is one. Secondly, I want to sympathize with the that time. I don't have the opportunity to call that time. So I also want to advise those pathologists and the allergists for them to help the state government. So you might think they cannot do everything alone. Most especially those in areas. For them to free the road so that the road users and the motorists receive ways to pass. So that is what I want to say. Let those pathologists help the government to arrange things very well so that things will be in order. It's not only the government himself will do everything. Please, protect them.
Thank you so much. Mazi Nwankwo from Okeado. Really appreciate you. Oluyole Yadeleke Sharetronics on Facebook. Happy New Month, sirs. I agree with you that government has no business doing business. Business should be left in the hands of businessmen while government faces governance squarely. It is targeting of huge remittances from stamp duty that is causing such indiscriminate multiple deductions of the so-called stamp duty from our banks. Yes. Good morning. I got messages from my two banks and they kept telling us stamp duty. One even reduced, the interest rate. I said, how much do we even have in this thing that you are removing 50 naira for every transaction? So yes, as they are stamp duty, that is it. So back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Mr. Tola.
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
We greet you happy new month too.
Thank you, sir.
Same to you, sir.
And we thank our governor Yima for what he said about the education of Oyo State. Hello.
You didn't tell us your name, sir. Oh, well,
good.
Okay. Sunday, Omokai James is saying Happy New Month, Mr. Tola and Dayo. Okay. Samuel Yanolua Omotara, also on Facebook. I commend Mr. Festus Keyamo for his brave actions against the Senate committee. It's high time our senators stop poking their noses into every matter. They will. It's oversight. That's what they call it.
That's why they are
exactly. You know, the president had given them the order to carry out the recruitment. What else do they want to investigate the 20-man committee chosen by him? For among the 20-man chosen, we have the Obas, which are very close to the people. Therefore, our senators should respect themselves, not hijacking the common unclean job meant for the masses. I think I agree with you on that. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
No.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Oh, Mr.
Mr. Falodu.
Morning, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sir. From Papa Ilogo.
Yes, please go ahead, sir.
Happy New Month.
Wish you same, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Really, you cannot compare 1-year-old boy to 8-year-old friend. You cannot compare it. It's uncomparable. To me personally, I can be your opinion. I know we are not impressed. And what we are saying is that Governor should do better. They are saying well, Governor should do better. But you have to give it time. In addition, then people on this shop, this work or no work, 774 work as not by this local government. It's a very good agenda. Nigeria is good at making policy. So when it comes to shop implementation, then you start seeing better happening. So it depends on how they are going to implement it and the kind of people that are going to implement it. Because this National Assembly, they are asking for coach to be given to their political colleagues. That's what is happening. Keep money.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate your call, Mr. Falodu. Someone else is here. That call dropped. Please call back. Ismail Lukman on Facebook say good AM, Mr. DNT Ekweto Oluwase Yomo Makinde. Okay, I think he's trying to praise the governor, but I don't know. And it's from Okefia Oshogbo. What about your governor too? Ismail. Okay, maybe it's about the person living in Oshogbo.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Monsura.
Good morning.
Morning. Yeah, Monsura.
Mr. DNT.
Good
Happy
morning.
New Month.
I wish you same, ma. Please go ahead with your comments.
The month is the month of the joy and mercy
Amen.
for you and me and all of us in Nigeria.
Amen.
What I want to say this morning is that I want to thank the federal government. They try because from top to down. What I want to say is that don't blame the federal government about the issue of the COVID-19. Some people want to blame the federal government. They tried for us. Also, the United tried for us. When you praise the United, also you praise the federal government.
All right. Thank you so much, Yama.
So,
all right, thank you so much. We really appreciate your call. Adiola Odewusiege, as Dr. Mrs. from Lautech. Greeting, guys. Happy New Month. Praying for a month full of peace and joy. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, I just want to say, as much as people will accommodate their Ajimobis during this grieving time of theirs, they too should comport themselves and show respect for their dead and living and the living. Keyamo and Tricks. 24-hour broadcast from BCS. This is huge. Yes, it is. Congratulations, Ilya Akide. Thank you. I really appreciate that comment. Okay, so hope you stay up and check it out tonight. Okay. Okay, so looking forward to you hearing on the cable. Yes, we're already on the cable, on Go TV and Star Times already. Federal government is copying and pasting your state government ideas, but not properly. Too bad. Oh, that hurts. Elegbede Rahman Mayowa, morning, sirs. I stand with Festus Keyamo. Be careful standing with people like this. What do we expect from our Egbons who force their way to the red and green chamber? Rahman, are you denying your Egbons You just call them Egbons. It's obvious they are jostling for their own slots already. On schools reopening, I foresee teachers and students complying for just a week or two before things go back to normal if situations are not properly monitored. On the former governor's wife and family issue, can you please let's move on and save our ears of the rough-ism. Let Akonji continue to rest in peace. That's it. Thank you so much, Rahman. That's just the right word. Let him rest in peace.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma. Nice to have you, Alaja.
And you too. God bless also.
Amen.
Please, our people should stop comparing and contrasting. And let's face reality. Ẹni tó bá fi ìṣẹ́jú kan jù ní lọ, àgbà ní láíláí. 8 years old government with a year-old government. Please, let's have patience and pray for these people to achieve. Even if they have good things to do, the way we people are talking about them may even discourage them. But I trust my governor. Governor Sheyima today, you will not be discouraged and you will achieve. All these people have tried their best. They cannot do everything finished. The one that did for 8 years did their best. Of which he has written a good comment for him down to people to talk about. These things cannot circulate at the same time. So it's other people that will come and do it. Even if they embark on abandoned project, if the person, a person will start, a person will end. That's it. So please, we should leave down and pray for them.
All right.
And for the federal government, they should please assist the schools. On in fact, God, there is money. They have been giving money for this COVID-19 project. So they should please provide the necessary tools they will use.
All right.
Don't put our life in danger. Even we parents, we are scared to let our children go to school. Because of what you have been heard, the schools are not well planned for. And they have them to resume. Please, they should not engage their life in danger.
Thank you so much, Ajia.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Somebody on Facebook is responding to Alaja there, saying Olajide Lukman, Oladian saying Ajia, majority of the schools are owned by the state governments. States should take responsibility. I hope I captured your thoughts, Mr. Olajide. Sheyi Ogunjimi saying big thumbs up to our amiable governor for setting the pace while federal government follow. Indeed, Oyo is truly the pace setter state. It's now survivor of the fittest. COVID had sounded the drum. Let everybody answer from Ogumosho. Okay. Emma Josiko video. No, Fisat Sulaiman. Happy New Month to all of us. I say government should please dredge and expand our waterways and rivers like the Unikwekwe sawmill and Olodo. It caused us a lot yesterday. Thumbs up to you, Nafisat, for bringing that up. Yes, videos kept coming in from those two major locations yesterday. God bless your state and Nigeria at large. Ekweto, Dayantola. Okay, thank you so much. Hamza from Bank Oludo. Aha, I know it's somebody around that side. Thank you so much for that. Okay, can we take? Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning,
sir.
Reverend Babatudu from Lalate.
Oh, Reverend.
Morning, Reverend.
Yes, I want to thank our government, especially on electricity. We should try as much as possible to see that electricity is available. We don't want to live in the dark again. God bless them and God bless you. Happy New Month.
Amen. Thank you so much, Reverend. We really appreciate your call. We're on the home run. Boluaji is in the studio, and this is the much we can take on the show today. Can't take any more calls. Aruna from Odoro, Adenuga from Agowoye, Bello from Ogumosho, Mukadam, Isiaka, Morafa from Ogumosho, CY1 Ko, Falodo from Kumakwayo, Olodo Yamon, Sura, Laja, Gbomojo, Wolewa, and Reverend Babatunde from Lanlate. Thank you so much. Join us again, same time tomorrow. I remain Oladayo Ogunbowale.
And Tola Teriba. And remember our early esteemed audience on BCS TV. BCS television is
now
going
24
hours. Tune in any time of the day with quality transmission. And apologies to our Okiogun audience once again for not being able to reach you this morning. The technical itch is being addressed by our engineers. I'll see you next time.
Up next, Sport Tidbits.
Oluyole. Listen all you want. It's always free. Thanks for showing us the way to better radio.
Oluyole 98.5 FM. Good morning, Ibadan. Good morning, Oyo State. Good morning, Nigeria. Time check at 7:30 a.m. and it's sport time right here on Oluyole 98.5 FM, the nation's pride. We are the Trailblazers and, of course, Radio Capital. Buluwaji is here once again to bring you up to speed with all the happenings, making the rounds in the beautiful world of sports. Bring you the latest, the hottest, and the juiciest news that you can only get on this Radio Dial. Number one, Radio Dial. Of course, this morning I've got a couple of exclusives for you, for just you this morning. One that you can only hear on this Radio Dial and Oluyole 98.5 FM. Once again, my name is Buluwaji Oguma. Don't forget, you can listen to the show live on the internet. Just visit www.bcs.tv/listen or download our Google mobile application via Google Play Store and get to enjoy us anywhere you are on planet Earth. We're also streaming on Facebook and, of course, on Twitter. That allows you to see whatever is going on in the studio. Yes, this morning we'll be starting from the local scene, and that's our point of discussion this morning. It has to do with the meeting that started on Monday and ended yesterday, and that's as regards who gets promoted to the MPFL or how the NNL gets to conclude the season. Now, a decision was reached yesterday, and of course, I would love to know your take on that particular decision. Let me take you through the stories. As 13 clubs in the Nigerian National League yesterday voted against the plans of the club owners to push for the promotion of the 4 top teams each of the groups to the MPFL using the PPG format. That's the points per game format. The NNL club owners who met on Monday to present the proposal that would have seen the likes of Shooting Stars, Clan FC, Kada City, and Niger Tornadoes being promoted to the MPFL met a brick wall yesterday as majority of the clubs voted against that proposal. In the expanded virtual meeting held yesterday, which started about 12 noon, to finally ratify the agenda of promoting clubs to the elite division of the league, I saw 13 clubs voting against the agenda and insisting that no team should be promoted, while 12 teams voted in favor of promotions of teams. 2 clubs had their votes cancelled for voting late against the stipulated time. Chairman NNL Club Owners Association Abdul Sule and his secretary Lai Adesonya decided to stay neutral, while votes from other clubs came late and were voided. Abubakar Bukola Saraki, Kwara United, both of Ilorin and Dynamite FC topped the list of clubs who voted against promotion of clubs from the Nigerian National League to the MPFL. At the end of the voting exercise, 13 teams voted against promotion, while 12 voted for promotion. Let me take you through the teams that voted against promotion: APS, Kwara United, and Dynamite FC, all from Ilorin. Zamfara FC, Giant Brilla, Gombe United, Sokoto United, JATT, Rovers, Academy Warriors, Malum Fashi, DMD Football Club, and KB United. And for the 12 teams that voted for promotion, 3SC, Insurance, Crown, Nelayo FC, Kada City, Remo Star, Ekiti United, Tornadoes, Joy Comet, Van Dresa, EFCC, and Gateway Football Club. Well, going by what happened yesterday means that the NNL, if finally ratified by football authorities in Nigeria, it means the likes of Shooting Stars and Crown FC won't gain promotion to the MPFL come next season, which means that all their effort this season is wasted due to COVID-19. What's your thoughts on that particular one? Is 08055009850 is the number to get across to me this morning to bear your mind on the latest development as far as Nigeria National League is concerned. But while I wait for your calls this morning, let me move straight to France, where after parting ways with a French club, Guingamp, former Nigerian Super Falcons striker Desire Opanoze has signed a 2-year deal with another French side, Dijon. The 26-year-old started a European sojourn at Lüleburgaz in Turkey before evolving successively at a Russian side. Also went to Germany, went to Turkey, and of course went to Guingamp in 2014 before he cut ties with them in the summer. Well, earlier last month, actually, Dijon confirmed her capture on Tuesday evening through the club's official website. In her 6 days at Guingamp, Opanose scored 45 goals in 109 appearances. Opanose has 22 goals for Nigeria Super Falcons in 35 appearances. This morning, I would love to take you through all that happened as Opanose this morning revealed to us why she lost her Super Falcons captaincy. Well, Opanose has revealed exactly why she was stripped of her skipper's armband after the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup in France. The 26-year-old powerful forward who quit French Ligue 1 club Guingamp recently was shockingly disposed as Nigeria's captain despite leading the team to the second round of the World Cup. The Falcons' best outing in the tournament since 1999 when they reached the quarterfinals. Subsequently, Asado Shwala was appointed as Opanose's replacement by interim coach Christopher Danjuma just 2 months after the World Cup, with no explanation given for the decision. But Opanose, a 4-time winner of the Women's African Cup of Nations, disclosed that a lot of things happened, including insistence that the team gets the financial entitlement that they were owed by the NFF 3 years earlier, which she believes ultimately culminated in stripping her of the armband. Let's listen to Desire Opanose this morning.
A lot of things happened, and people don't really know what's happening inside. They only view things from outside and all of that. So one of the issues we had, and I'm going to put it out here now so people will have a fair idea of what's transpired. This is just one of them. Yeah. Before the World Cup, actually, we were being owed from way back 2016 to 2019. That's 3 years. And ever since we were being owed, they kept making promises, we will pay you, we'll pay you, we'll pay you. 3 years went by, So we were like, you guys can't keep promising us. We don't even trust you people anymore. All the time, we. At the end of the day, we're not kids now. We have families who rely on us and all of that. Bottom line, we...
Still on Desire this morning, after back and forth deliberation with the NFF, Desire disclosed that the NFF told them that they will settle all the financial entitlement of players who were present in France, but she refused, insisting that all the players who were owed must be paid. They were all eventually paid after our insistence, and that was the beginning of Desire's problem. Let's listen to Desire once again.
We deliberated on it. They paid us from a backlog from 2016. So what they did was they paid only the people present, the people that had part of the money that were presently in the team. Okay. Then the rest of the people that have share from the money that are not in the team, they didn't pay. And I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that. It's not fair. It is not. All the people that have share from that money that are not in this team, they should receive their money first, even before us that are here now. So that was one of the problem, and they obviously didn't like it. But knowing how they do things and all of that, if I hadn't done it that way, those people won't get their money, and then it would be like, you people are selfish and all of that. You've gone to collect your money, you didn't even bother for us to get so
Opanose's stance did not go down well with the NFF, and she added that she has no regrets for her actions as it is for the overall good of the team.
That was part of the problem, and some of them swore that, okay, we're not going to have this. She's, we can't control her and all of that. So, but me, it's not my problem. I did what I felt was right, and even if that's the only thing I did, I'm very happy.
Well, it will be recalled that following Nigeria's exit from the World Cup, the team staged a sit-in protest to demand unpaid bonuses, thereby exceeding their official stay in France by a day. All right, moving on from there this morning, the African Cup of Nations, which was earlier scheduled to take place in Cameroon in January next year, has been postponed until 2022. The pandemic has suspended football across the globe, most of the continent since March, and left little time to complete the qualification competitions. The Cup of Nations, which was due to be held from January 9 until February 6 next year, but will not take place for January 2022. The date for the final tournament and the remaining matches for the qualifiers will be communicated in due course, as according to CAF. Yes, they released that after an executive committee meeting held yesterday. This is the second change of date for this particular tournament. It was initially set to take place in June and July next year during Cameroon's rainy season, but it was brought forward 5 months to ensure reliable weather conditions. The decision means that clubs in Europe will no longer have to let their African players leave for international duty midway through next season. In a separate decision, CAF cancelled the 2020 Women's African Cup of Nations deal to challenging conditions and will instead launch a Women's Champions League in 2021. Cameroon will get to stage the semi-finals and final of this year's African Champions League, which will be played at a single venue in Douala. CAF's executive committee decided that yesterday. Yes, you must have been hearing on the social media that Victor Osimhen is about to move to Italy. Yes, I can confirm to you that Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen continue to be a subject of discussions in the media over where he will play his football next season. Osimhen has been a target of various European big clubs after his heroic outing in his maiden season in the French Ligue 1. Italian Serie A side Napoli, we understand, have been leading club in the race for the Nigerian youngster. Osimhen's Lille and Napoli have agreed to meet today over a potential transfer to the Serie A. And I can also confirm to you that yesterday Osimhen arrived in Italy for talks with Napoli officials ahead of his proposed move to the club. Well, we wish him all the best in whatever decision he takes. Moving straight to the NBA this morning, where Brooklyn Nets center DeAndre Jordan will not play again this very season, and his teammate Spencer Dinwiddie's participation is also in doubt after both tested positive for coronavirus yesterday. The NBA is planning to go ahead with its restart plans at Disney World in Orlando on the 30th of July, despite Florida battling a surge in a pandemic in the past few days. Well, as it is, the NBA commissioner said that if things don't improve, that they might have to cancel the NBA for the season. But of course, we just keep our fingers crossed and see what happens from here. Moving back to world of football this morning. Let's start from the Premier League, where Bruno Fernandes stole the show as Manchester United remained in pursuit of a top 4 finish with a comprehensive 3-0 victory over Brighton yesterday. Mason Greenwood's 6th league goal of the season gave United the lead inside 16 minutes at the Annex Stadium before Fernandes combined with Paul Pogba to double their tally before the half-hour mark. Fernandes then extinguished Brighton's second-half revival as the emphatic volley rounded off a devastating United counter-attack within 5 minutes of the restart. The victory extends United's unbeaten run to 15 games and lifts them up to 5th, 2 points behind 4th place Chelsea, ahead of their trip to West Ham United later tonight. Brighton stay in 15th position, 6 points clear of the relegation zone. Well, as regards our topic of discussion this morning, the number is 08055009850. What do you make of the NNL's vote yesterday and the outcome of that one? Don't forget that it will still have to go through ratification with the NFF and, of course, the Sports Ministry. But, of course, we'd love to hear your thoughts on that particular one this morning. Once again, it's 08055009850 is the number to get across to me in the studio this morning. That was the only Premier League game played yesterday where United trashed Brighton by 3-0 in the Spanish La Liga. Lionel Messi scored a 700th goal of his career with a Panenka penalty in Barcelona's La Liga draw with Atletico Madrid on Tuesday. The Spanish Giants' all-time top scorer hits the landmark goal for the club and country by gently chipping the ball into the net as Jan Oblak dived the wrong way. The goal had put Barcelona 2-all up, but Atletico hit back to draw that game at 2-all. Barcelona remains second, 1 point behind Real Madrid, who have a game in hand. Messi's penalty was also his 630th goal in his 724 appearance for FC Barcelona, as Lionel Messi are joining the 700th club. While in the La Liga yesterday, Mallorca defeated Celta Vigo by 5-1. Leganés lost at home to Sevilla by 3-0. And in the Italian Serie A yesterday, a couple of interesting games, interesting results recorded, and a very beautiful goal as well, as Cristiano Ronaldo scored with a long-range effort as Juventus sealed a 3-1 win as relegation threatened Genoa, chasing a record-extending ninth Italian Serie A title. The victory restored Juventus a 4-point lead over Lazio, who won 2-1 at Torino earlier on Tuesday. Since losing the Italian Cup final to Napoli in a penalty shootout, Juventus have won all 3 of their league games since the restart. And looking at other games played in Italian Serie A yesterday, Torino lost to Lazio by 2-1. And later tonight across Europe, a couple of interesting games to look forward to. Arsenal will take on Norwich City. Bournemouth will host Newcastle United. Everton will take on Leicester City. While West Ham United will welcome Chelsea to their stadium. And in the Italian Serie A, Bologna will slug it out with Cagliari. Inter Milan will welcome Brescia. Fiorentina will be the host of Sassuolo. While Sampdoria will visit Lecce. Spal will host AC Milan, while Verona will slug it out with Parma. And of course, in Spain, later tonight, Alaves will slug it out with Granada. Valencia will take on Atletico Bilbao. Betis will slug it out with Villarreal, while Valladolid will take on Levante, among other games that will take place later tonight. Don't forget, with the decision, with the vote casted yesterday, it looks like Shooting Stars and Crown FC won't be picking up the tickets, as teams in the NNL have voted that the league be cancelled. What's your take on that one? I'm sure that won't go down very well with the management of Shooting Stars and that of Crown FC, as the club have spent so much this season. They've invested so much in season, most especially on their operating cost and of course the payment of salaries, despite not playing league games since when? Since not playing league games since December. They've been playing salaries, but now it has been cancelled. Well, let's pick this first call this morning. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that. Please keep coming. It's 08055009850 to get across as well as this morning on Sports Beats. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
What's the name and where are you calling from?
My name is I'm calling from Obamu.
All right, let's talk.
Hey, I said we are doing better.
Oh, okay. All right. He wanted to talk about Arsenal. Well, we're talking about NNL this morning, Shooting Stars, and of course Crown FC, who have one way or the other been robbed. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's the name and where are you calling from?
This is Aruna from Odoru Ogomosho.
I don't know. We're not talking about Man United. We're talking about NNL.
Yeah, I know. I know we are not talking about Man United.
All right.
About NNL.
Yes.
I will go with the Shooting Star and Crown FC that they should end the league like that, so that Shooting Star and Crown FC of Ogomosho will gain promotion to Premiership.
Okay. Okay.
Well done, sir. Up my you.
All right, so that will be all the sports with this morning. The show will return tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. on the same radio dial. Well, of course, big thanks to everyone who's in part of today's production. Big thanks to you for listening. Well, I can see people calling, but unfortunately, I'm able to pick more calls on the show. Till tomorrow, you'll have a lovely, lovely day and stay safe.
It's time to win with ITEL. Yes, you could be one of the 10 lucky winners to win 100,000 Naira each and lots more in the ITEL Season of Winnings promo. Buy any of the ITEL P36 series, P15, A56, A33 or A36 smartphones from June 15th to July 15th and you could be 100,000 Naira richer. There's more. ITEL is offering 100 days free screen service repair on any of the ITEL P36 series. Terms and conditions apply. ITEL. Join. Enjoy.
Oluyole 98.5.
àtọ́tù arére gbogbo èèyàn pínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ tá a bá fọwọ́ wẹwọ́ lọ́wọ́ fi mọ̀ ká lè bá àwájọ gòkè àgbà lábẹ́ ìjọba omi tuntun tí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Ṣèyí Mákindé ń léwájú ẹ̀ la ṣe ń rọ̀tọ̀ lórí tẹlẹ̀mù láti fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú iléeṣẹ́ tó ṣojú ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ITC Advisory àti One Up Technology Partnership pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn iléeṣẹ́ tó ń pa owó wọlé lábẹ́nú nípínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ Ọ̀yọ́ State Board of Internal Revenue nípa mímọ̀ àṣetọ́ yín lóòrèkóòrè lórí àwọn owó tó jẹ́ tìjọba owó orí iléeṣẹ́ àti tẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan wa owó àyè ìdókòwò owó kẹrùsọ́kọ̀ àti jíjẹ́rù nínú ọkọ̀ tó fi mọ́ owó sọ̀ láwọn ọjà wa gbogbo níjọba ìbílẹ̀ mọ́kànlá àtàwọn SCDAs tó yí Ìbàdàn po kálẹ̀ bá jẹmu kútù ìjọba àwarawa dáàyè tó ga tẹ́ ẹ bá ti wá rí gbogbo àwọn aṣojú iléeṣẹ́ ITC Advisory àti One Up Technology Partnership tó wà ní kìlómítà 5 Ògúngbadé Junction Ìbàdàn Ifẹ̀ Expressway Ìbàdàn ẹ jẹ́ ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú wọn kí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ó lè gòkè àgbà fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ nọ́mbà yìí ni kẹ́ ẹ máa pè 08032373200 olùkéde ITC Advisory àti One Up Technology Partnership pẹ̀lú ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ State Board of Internal Revenue.
Bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjọ́ rẹ lójoojúmọ́ pẹ̀lú ìṣara lóore mọ́ọ̀tì mílíkì àti kòkó àti tọ́wọ́ mílò tó ládùn.
From Nestle.
Wìtìwìtì tẹ́gbọ́ nílé ìtajà mi. Wìtìwìtì tẹ́gbọ́ nílé ìtajà mi. Àwọ̀rùkọ́ àwúrẹ́ ìkọ́. Rédíò Ọ̀yọ́ ti kórè ràn mí. Pẹ̀lú tẹlifíṣàn Ọ̀yọ́. Wá polówó tẹ́rẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́. Ilé akéde ló lè ṣe. Àwọn akéde ń jèrè rẹpẹtẹ.
So I don't write jollof rice, fried rice, pounded yam, egusi,
rice
chicken.
and stew, jollof rice.
Thank
you. All this plenty kind food one na dey call so. Now wetin we go chop for the naming be?
Yes, so auntie.
See, enjoy.
No be small.
You see, mama baby, the same way we get different kind of food. Now so we get different kind of child-birth spacing methods. So child-birth spacing go make your belly sweet well, and your body too, it go tanda gidigba. Anyone wey you choose good for body, and you go fit trust am.
Auntie Nurse, my jasper don dey talk about am o, but me I dey fear.
See, no culture or religion wey no dey support anything wey go make life better. Make you and your jasper come when una ready. I go dey wait for una o.
Okay.
No forget say anyone wey you choose for childbirth spacing matter dey safe and you fit trust am. Oya waka go any health center wey get the green dot logo to get full informate on childbirth spacing services. This message na the Federal Ministry of Health and support from American people carry am come.
Èmi mo nílé mi ṣùgbọ́n wọn ò jẹ́ kọ́kàn mi ó balẹ̀.
Ǹjẹ́ ó gba ìwé àṣẹ
èmi mo nílẹ̀ èmi mo nílé mi sí ọ̀fọ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba. rárá o èmi ò gba ìwé àṣẹ kankan ṣùgbọ́n èmi mo ní nǹkan mi. dandan ni o gbọ́dọ̀ gba ìwé àṣẹ èmi mo nílẹ̀ èmi mo nílé sí ọ̀fọ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba. ìgbà yẹn ló tó lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ lórí dúkìá rẹ. ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti ṣètò bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe gba ìwé àṣẹ èmi mo nílẹ̀ èmi mo nílé mi sí ọ̀fọ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀rùn àti owó pínísín láàárín 60 ọjọ́ péré. wàá rí sí ọ̀fọ̀ rẹ gbà. ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti ṣètò àwọn káàdì tó dàbí recharge card. káàdì yìí lẹ máa kọ́kọ́ rà pẹ̀lú 6,000 naira. ìlànà bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lo káàdì yìí ti wà lára ẹ̀. ìyẹn lẹ máa fi gba fọ́ọ̀mù. ẹ lè rí àwọn recharge card yẹn rà ní gbogbo ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ àti ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ onídàgbàsókè tó wà jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. èèyàn ẹgbẹ̀rún méjì tó bá kọ́kọ́ wá yóò jẹ àǹfààní ẹ̀dínwó ìdámẹ́ẹ̀dógún nínú owó tí wọ́n fẹ́ san. bákan náà lẹ́tún lè lo sí ọ̀fọ̀ yìí láti fi ya owó. fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé sí i pè sórí nọ́mbà yìí 0700 696 52637 0700 696 52637.
The Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, BCOS, is at it again. This is to notify our esteemed audience that as from 1st of July 2020, the BCOS television will be running for 24 hours. Now you have 24 hours of non-stop information, education and entertainment on BCOS TV channels 28 UHF, channel 113 on Star Times and channel 105 on Go TV. BCOS, a media giant in a class of its own.
Attention, attention, attention. This is to invite all sales representatives, new, old, and intending sales representatives of BCOS TV and radio to an important meeting taking place at the BCOS Iliake de Orita Basharu Ibadan on Thursday, 2nd of July 2020 at 10 a.m. This meeting is very important and we implore all concerned to please attend personally and punctually as matters of concerned interest shall be discussed. Once again, time is 10 a.m. on Thursday, 2nd of July 2020 at BCOS Iliakede, Orita Basharu, Ibadan. Announcer, Executive Chairman, BCOS.
èyí ni láti sọ fún gbogbo àwọn aṣojú alágbàtà ilé-iṣẹ́ wa, àwọn tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, àwọn tó ti wà pẹ̀lú wa tẹ́lẹ̀, tó fi mọ́ àwọn tó wù lọ́kàn láti jẹ́ aṣojú alágbàtà wa pé ìpàdé pàtàkì kan yóò wáyé lọ́jọ́ Àlàmísì ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí tí ń ṣe ọjọ́ kejì oṣù keje ní déédéé aago 10 àárọ̀. ìpàdé yìí ṣe pàtàkì o, kẹ́ni tó gbọ́ kó sọ fún ẹni tí ò gbọ́, torí pé àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó ṣe pàtàkì la fẹ́ jíròrò lé lórí níbi ìpàdé ọ̀hún. lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí aago 10 àárọ̀ ọjọ́ Àlàmísì Thursday ọjọ́ kejì oṣù keje nípàdé ọ̀hún ó wáyé nínú ọgbà iléeṣẹ́ wa BCOS ilé akéde oríta Basọ̀run Ìbàdàn. ẹ ṣé pọ̀ gbà olùkéde ọ̀gá àgbà iléeṣẹ́ wa ọmọọba Dọ̀tun Oyèládé.
ẹ̀kọ́ orí rédíò dé gbogbo òbí àti alágbàtọ́ tó lọ́mọ nílé ẹ̀kọ́ alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ káàkiri ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wa yìí àmọ̀kú oríire. ìjọba gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ló ní lóòótọ́ ni COVID-19 ló ń bẹ lóde, àmọ́ o kò gbọ́dọ̀ dí ẹ̀kọ́ kíkọ́ lọ́wọ́ fáwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀. ojoojúmọ́ lẹ̀kọ́ èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì English language àti ìṣirò mathematics yóò máa jẹ́ kíkọ́ lórí rédíò.
Announcing learning on air. Oyo Subeb says your children and words can now learn English language and mathematics through radio twice daily during this period on Oluyole 98.5 FM, Ajilete 92.1 FM, and Okeogun 96.3 FM. Mondays, 10 a.m. and 4:05 p.m. Tuesdays, 10 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Wednesdays, 10 a.m. and 4:05 p.m. Thursdays, 10:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Fridays, 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Saturdays, 12 noon and 5 p.m.
àjọ elétò ẹ̀kọ́ kárí ayé nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ Ọ̀yọ́ Subeb ló nígbọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀. olùkéde announcer Dr. Nureni Adérẹ̀mí Adéníran, the executive chairman Ọ̀yọ́ Subeb.
ọ̀gá fi ṣe ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ òun ta tẹ́tẹ́. àbẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ gbígbà gbẹ̀gúdú jẹ̀rá. ọjà tí wọ́n ń tà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ tuntun jẹ́. ó ṣiṣẹ́ àfẹ́jọ́ ẹlẹ́jọ́. òṣìṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ ó ń tọ́pẹ̀ tọ́jú. àwọn olóyè ìwà ìbàjẹ́ nìyẹn o. wọ́n fi iṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ ó ń gbé síká. àwọn olóyè ìwà ìbàjẹ́ nìyẹn o. èrò tí wọ́n ń sọ ẹnu iṣẹ́ tó jẹ́. àwọn olóyè ìwà ìbàjẹ́ nìyẹn o.
ọ̀rẹ́ ṣe bí rédíò kan là ń gbọ́ ká tó kúrò nílùú ìbàdàn ṣé ó wá túmọ̀ sí pé tá a bá ti kọjá tó géètì ìbàdàn à ní gbọ́ rédíò kankan mọ́ láti ìlú ìbàdàn ni.
irọ́ o àìgbọ́ rédíò kankan mọ́ ti jẹ́.
ìwọ náà gbọ́ bó ṣe ń dún.
bí a padà sẹ́yìn díẹ̀. ṣọgbọ́n
rédíò wo tún lélẹ̀.
Oluyole FM alóore tètò tìròyìn Oluyole FM àgbà tó tágbà á dà láwùjọ iléeṣẹ́ agbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ tó tẹ́yìn erin fan.
Oluyole 98.5 FM kọjá rédíò ẹlẹ́kùnjẹkùn tẹ́ kọjá tó géètì ìbàdàn tẹ́ ní gbọ́mọ́. bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́ wa níkànnì bàbá Oluyole 98.5 FM lẹ́tùn mọ́ gbọ́ wa lókè ògùn FM 96.3 àti ajílété FM 92.1.
kódà ẹ tún lè gbọ́ wa lórí ìtàkùn àgbáyé radio garden mixlr.com tó fi mọ́ ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ Facebook.
Oluyole FM
káàkiri àgbáyé ni wọ́n ti ń gbọ́ wa.
aago mẹ́jọ ti lù láti Olúyọ̀lé 98.5 FM ètò elétí ọ̀fẹ́ láwọn mú wá sí tìbọ̀ wa.
elétí ọ̀fẹ́ máa rè o. Ojúmọ́ bá ti mọ́ ọ̀yẹ́ máa ń la o. ọ̀yẹ́ tó la lónìí o. ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni. ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ ń lọ dẹ́dẹ́ yìí o. ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ èní o. ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé. Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. ìròyìn kárí ayé màlélẹ́yìn o. Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. etí mi ò lè jò ń lò fọ́nrán yín ní tolúkan yín. Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. ẹ̀tẹ́ tí balẹ̀ jẹ́ ká tún jọgbọ́ o. Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Olúyọ̀lé FM. Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ajílété FM tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà. Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Òkè Ògùn FM tó wà lálága. Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó kún kẹ́kẹ́. Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. ẹ máa gbọ́ nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́. Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Agbègbès ó tún ti yá ká tún jọgbọ́ Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́. Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn rẹ̀ o.
Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà.
Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà.
Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó dùn marain marain.
tó dùn marain marain. Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà.
Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó ṣe sọ́mpọ́msọ̀sì o.
Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tá a lè panu tó kí sí o.
ẹlẹ́yin ara ilé àtúngbé ìpanu tó kí mi dé láàárọ̀.
àtúndé pẹ̀lú Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ míì náà tó tó
òní ni ọjọ́ kìíní.
adúpẹ́
oṣù keje.
alhamdulilayi
asọ́balájẹ́ ọdún 2020.
ògo fọlọ́n lókè ọ̀run.
a ti wó oṣù mẹ́fà àkọ́kọ́ jẹ.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni nínú ọdún yìí.
ọlọ́run tí ó jẹ́ ká rí ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ọdún tá a wà yìí.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
a rí òpin ìràgbára ọlọ́run. a rí ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ àti òpin ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọdún láyé àti láyé wa.
kálukú wa.
akíwa yìí pé ẹ mọ̀ kú ojú àná ẹ̀yìn ara ilé pàápàá jùlọ ará àbàdàn bóyá ó dé àwọn ìlú yòókù.
wọ́n pè láwọn ìlú yòókù náà wọ́n lójó rọ̀. ṣùgbọ́n àwa mọ̀ bóyá bó ṣe dunlẹ̀ ń bàdàn. òun náà ló dunlẹ̀ ká ó dunlẹ̀ pọ̀.
ó ṣe ṣaka díẹ̀ ní o ọ̀pọ̀ gan-an.
ó ń bẹ lára ròyìn láàárọ̀.
àmọ́ adúpẹ́ pé ọlọ́run ò jẹ́ agbọ́ròyìn láabi. ọlọ́run ò jẹ́ mẹ́mi lọ àmọ́ pọ̀ òjò náà pọ̀ kódà bó ti ń wọlé ní ń gbọnú mọ́tò.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
àwọn èèyàn wá dúró ní gbàgede lókè.
kálukú wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wò lọ́ọ̀kan.
kálukú ń wò pé tó òwò àlọ́ wa bẹ́ẹ̀ dá.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni kálukú ń fọkàn ṣàdúrà.
pàápàá jùlọ ọ̀nà onípẹ́pẹ́yẹ.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni ọ̀nà gbági
ọ̀nà ọ̀fẹ́ àtijọ́
ọ̀nà gbági tuntun ọ̀nà ọ̀fẹ́ àtijọ́
àti ní abẹ́ bíríìjì ní
olódó
wọn ròyìn
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
wọn lọ́dún náà lọ́nà ilé tí a náà ń kọ́ lẹ́yìn ilé mi ń kọ́ gbogbo àgbàlá mi kún fọ́fọ́ fún mi ní tómi ọ̀lọ́ọ̀bì kankan wọ́n fẹ́ẹ́ débi ojú wíńdò làwọn aráalé ń pè mí pé tó dádì wá ń bolẹ̀
dádì sí mi lọ́fíìsì.
kódà kí n tó kú òlé láàárọ̀ yìí wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe ojú ibi tí ọ̀nà tó ti di. inú mi dùn yìí pé gbogbo àwọn tá a jọ ń gbé ládùúgbò àwọn olórí rẹ̀
aláfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ẹ̀dá ni wọ́n.
adúpẹ́ fọlọ́run ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ó bàjẹ́. ní báyìí ẹ má jẹun gbà yín ní àkókò púpọ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni ẹ jẹ́ á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wo àwọn.
ẹ jẹ́ á wo àwọn tí ìwé ìròyìn wí lónìí.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
ìwé ìròyìn The Punch ó lè mí mú dání.
èmi ní Nigerian Tribune lọ́dọ̀ mi ní àyè.
ẹ jẹ́ á wo àwọn kókó tá a rí sàjọ.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
Dẹ́mọ́lájì ń bẹ.
bẹ́ẹ̀.
ẹgbẹ́ àwọn dókítà nílẹ̀ wa NMA àti ẹgbẹ́ àwọn olùkọ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí NUT wọ́n ti panupọ̀ fẹjúmọ́ ìjọba àpapọ̀ lórí àṣẹ ṣíṣe àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ padà jákèjádò léde Nàìjíríà wọ́n ní ẹ wò ó àwọn ọ̀fẹ́ kú báyìí o.
ebi ìjọba àpapọ̀ náà lọ́kọ́ fẹjúmọ́ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lẹ́pàṣẹ mínísítà kejì fún ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ẹbí mọ́tì ìsílẹ̀ ìwé wẹ́dọ̀n wáwọn abẹ́rẹ́lọ́nù. àwọn sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ àti kẹ̀yàmó wọ́n gbéná wojú ara wọn wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ kàsàkàsà síra wọn ní lórí kíni lórí ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ẹgbẹ̀rin ó dín dé àwọn iṣẹ́ tíjọba àpapọ̀ ló ń fẹ́ pèsè sáwọn ìjọba àbílẹ̀.
kí ni tá a fi ojú yìí àwọn yẹn yóò disguise.
èyí rí yẹn dáadáa.
bàbá rẹ lómi ìtọ́ bá gbé nǹkan sí mú aláìbẹ̀rẹ̀ tẹ́ ń wo ọ̀tọ̀ ní tẹ́ máa wo ẹnìyàn bá jẹ́ ń gbèsè tẹ́ yẹ kọjá lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀ ká mọ̀ èèyàn kan wú kẹ́ báyìí.
àǹfààní tí mẹ́bẹ̀ ní ìsìn.
béèyàn bá jẹ́ èèyàn tó tẹ́rẹ́ ọ̀ wà wú sí.
ṣùgbọ́n béèyàn bá jẹ́ èèyàn náà ń gbèsè náà wá kọjá lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kéèyàn gbà fọlọ́ náà ni.
kágbà fọlọ́ ní sí mi kádàrá òde kọ̀ lẹ́gbàá. síbẹ̀ Dẹ́mọ́lá síbẹ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì wọ́n ní káwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tán náà wọlé padà sáwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ wọn lógúnjọ́ oṣù tuntun tí a mú oṣù keje.
àrò ọ̀rọ̀ dá òjò bẹ́ẹ̀ ti gbọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan lẹ́nu àwa méjèèjì ọ̀rọ̀ ńlú Ìbàdàn wọ́n lómi yalé o àgbàrá yà wọn ṣọ́ọ̀bù kan láwọn ibì kan ìgbòkègbodò ọkọ̀ ọwọ́ adúró sójú kan gbandi kan bíi gángan àfúngbẹ ọ̀pọ̀ ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í mú wẹ̀ láì mọ lúwẹ̀ ọ̀yanilẹ́nu.
àbí kí àwa wà ní.
àbí o. Wike.
gómìnà Wike ti ìpínlẹ̀ Rivers.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
fún ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ ọmọ ìgbósù bàbá rẹ Buhari mo rò pàfẹ́ lówó nù. Dẹ́mọ́lá bàbá ń jàbí kákó.
bí ìtọ̀rọ̀ owó kọ́. àwọn èèyàn ò ṣépè fáwọn ọjọ́ jẹ́ gbèsè mọ́ ní ìsìn àdúrà ọ̀gbìn náà lọ́wọ́.
àdúrà ni because tó o bá ṣe àdúrà fẹ́ tọ́jọ́ gbèsè.
bọ́ bá lọ pẹ̀lú olówó ẹ̀.
ọjọ́ sọ àdúrà fún kọ́rí owó rẹ̀
kan
kórìíṣe ó lè bá àsanwó rẹ̀ padà ọmọ wọgbó. ó ní kí ààrẹ Buhari gan tiẹ̀ wá sí ìpínlẹ̀ Rivers.
wá wù wá ti ṣe wá wù wá o.
wà wọ́ ọmọ ọba tó wá bẹ̀ wá.
kó wa aláyé queen orin Elizabeth nù 1956 ọmọ mi rántí.
ó sì àtọ́dọ́nà sí owó kan. àwọn adébí tá a wí ìjọba ó dọ́nà sí owó kan.
àríkẹ́ àríyọ̀
tó lé ní bílíọ̀nù mọ́kàndínlọ́gọ́rin. 78 point something palako
79 billion.
lọ́nà náírà wọ́n dá padà fún ìpínlẹ̀ Rivers.
o tó gbósùbà ọyẹ gbósùbà. wọ́n ní ìjọba àpapọ̀ tàná lábẹ́ Goodluck Ebele Jonathan bèbí wọ́n lòun tún ná owó míì tó ń lọ bíi tírílíọ̀nù náírà méjì láì lákọọ́lẹ̀ nínú ètò òṣùná. ní bá ní tó olùṣirò owó àgbà fúnlẹ̀ Nàìjíríà máa bọ̀ wá sọ ń tọ́ ọmọ nípa rẹ̀ eyín ni nílé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣojú ṣòfin ni o.
jẹ́mi náà lọ ilé aṣòfin ilé aṣòfin àpapọ̀ ilé wa àti àjọ tó ń pín iná lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà discos ọ̀pẹ̀ kí wọ́n wí wọ́n wá jùmọ̀ panu pọ̀ pé ẹ wò ìjọba àpapọ̀ the federal government ẹ wò ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ dìde kẹ́ ẹ ṣèrànwọ́ owó sísan owó ná sísan fáwọn aráàlú pípé torí owó táwọn fẹ́ẹ́ fi kún owó yìí ẹ wò bẹ́ẹ̀ fún bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ́ àwọn èkún o kíjọba àpapọ̀ yà á ṣe tán àti sán bẹ́ẹ̀ bá kọ́ tó àwọn jọ wojú ara wọn.
ọ̀tàn owó ìrànwọ́ subsidy kan wọ́n subsidize ẹ̀ fún wa kò bá mà dá o ṣùgbọ́n ibi tí èmi tún wá gbà yọ sí ìròyìn o àwọn ní tó gbogbo ẹ̀yàn ọmọ Nàìjíríà ó ti yẹ o àló ti yẹ lọ́dún èyí tó kọ́ mọ́.
sẹ́rí tí o tún yẹ lójú èbó.
ìrọ̀ nǹkan wọn ló di 2021 ọdún tí ń bọ̀ kó tó di pé owó oògùn iye tí à ń san lórí iná ọba tá à ń lò wọ́n là discos ni wọ́n disco rẹ̀ wọ́n ló bá wọn lálálálá tóńtóm oye mo ní o múra sí ẹ.
ego ti yẹ ìró tó yẹ lójú èbó ìdá ilé ìdá báyìí. ẹbí àwọn ọlọ́pàá tí wọ́n pa ń jò ní lórí ọ̀rọ̀ wàdúmẹ̀ wọ́n ti dìde láti gbé ìjọba àpapọ̀ relé ẹjọ́ lọ́sẹ̀ tá a wà yìí.
ìjọba àpapọ̀ ó ti ń gbèrò ó sì ti ń ṣe ètò báyìí o láti fa àkóso ohun àmójútó àwọn pápákọ̀ òfurufú 4 ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ lé àwọn iléeṣẹ́ aládàáni lọ́wọ́ ní àwọn ẹgbẹ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀ ní bá pariwo wọn ní takùlà ẹ bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run tí ẹ fẹ́ ṣe ọmọ mẹ̀kúnnù pani tí ẹ fẹ́ sọ ọmọ Nàìjíríà pani
ẹ wo lẹ́yìn ọ̀bá yẹn á yìnra wa iléeṣẹ́ yìí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbé
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
tẹlifíṣàn wa
àní wo mọ́ lórí tẹlifíṣàn wa
wákàtí 24 sáńdí
bá a bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní aago 12 òru báyìí
àṣemájú lọ́jọ́ kejì ní láti máa ṣe nù bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti òní lọ ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù keje ọdún 2020 táwọn yìí.
adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọba.
gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo ti kéde wípé òun ti ní àrùn coronavirus o àtòun àtàwọn ọmọ ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ rẹ̀ tó fi mọ́ àwọn ọba aláyé kan ní kí wọ́n wọlé àbá ọjọ́ mẹ́rin.
àdáwà super tó àdúpẹ́ ẹ̀rín là á máa fi corona rí ẹ̀rín là á máa fi covid-19 rí ẹgbọ́n o wọ́n ní láti sìn lọ o èyíkéyìí àwọn ọkọ̀ òfurufú kéékèèké ayárabíàṣá tá a mọ̀ sí jet kò tún gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ mímọ́ dágbà tá a mọ̀ sí chata mọ́ o iléeṣẹ́ tí ó mójútó gbogbo ọkọ̀ òfurufú ńlẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà ló fòfin lélẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Naira Marley ni.
bírú rẹ náà lọ bá rí owó sátà bàálù sèmi lọ́wọ́ àpè lọ sátà bàálù
sèmi àbáwọn ọmọ
ewọ́
ẹyin tó dáa lóru kan mi ṣùgbọ́n kò tí ì ṣe tó mo fẹ́ mọ sátà bàálù ní ìsìn.
ṣé lóòótọ́ tó tiẹ̀ tí sátà mọ́tò ni. àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera wọ́n máa ń ṣèpàdé pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìjọba àpapọ̀ lónìí wọ́n sì ń yẹnu fún ọ̀yọ́ pé àwọn ọmọ wọṣẹ́ ran ni lórí owó fún ewu lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ wọn owó ewu tó lè wú wọn
ojú ọ̀gbagadì
ewu tó lè wú wọn
ojú ogun ni ẹ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
pẹ̀pẹ́ ìbájú mú wá iṣẹ́ òṣèlú agbada ògbóná
agbada ọ̀tá
ni
wọ́n ní owó wọlé sínú àpò owó ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà aláàtì kọ́ ló dún o aláàmù ló dún owó ń pọ̀ ni wọ́n ní owó tí ó ń lọ bíi bílíọ̀nù 16 náírà lọ́wọ́ sí wọlé sínú àkótó owó ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà wọ́n ní how.
Ọlọ́run ṣeun.
iléeṣẹ́ FIRS tí ń gbowó òde wọlé ń lọ sọ sínú àkótó olówó tó ń pa wọlé nù.
ọ̀gá àwọn ọlọ́pàá ọmọ tí ń wá àwọn ọlọ́kadà kan tí wọ́n gbẹ̀mí oníṣòwò ààrẹ Èkó láìpẹ́ yìí.
ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́kadà náà ní ìsìn ọgbà sùúrù.
mi náà gbọ́ ìròyìn ńlá náà àbíjẹta wọ́n ní oníṣòwò yẹn ó ṣèṣe kọlu arákùnrin kan tí ò rí náà dáadáa mo rò pàrọ̀ náà rìn títì ó ṣèṣe kọlu làwọn kì í ṣe kọ́ pa o làwọn ọlọ́kadà bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ilẹ̀ lóko wọ́n sì lẹ̀ lóko pa.
wọ́n ṣe máa ṣe lóyún wọ́n ṣe náà lábẹ́kúta ọlọ́kọ̀ kan tó kọlù kan lára wọn wọ́n sì pa ọlọ́kọ̀ wọ́n sì jó mọ́tò rẹ̀ wọ́n sì sá lọ. ẹja fẹ̀yìn ńlẹ̀ àwọn àṣeyọrí mọ́ni gbàgbé àwọn èyí tí gómìnà àná nípínlẹ̀ yìí tó dolóògbé sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Isiaq Abiola Adéyẹmí Ajímọ̀bí ti ṣe é lẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ yìí kò lè ṣe é parẹ́ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló fàlàyé ọ̀rọ̀ balẹ̀.
ìjọba àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè wa ti yọ àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí 19 kúrò lọ́fìn tí wọ́n jì sí nílẹ̀ Ghana.
àtàn. ìwòròwì ilé ẹjọ́ kòtẹ́milọ́rùn ọmọdé ẹjọ́ tí ò ṣe ọmọlẹ̀ Adams tó pè tẹ́ tako bí wọ́n ṣe paláṣẹ fún wípé kọ́lọ́rì rọ Kúnlé gẹ́gẹ́ bí alága ẹgbẹ́ APC ọmọdé dànù ilé ẹjọ́ dànù.
ṣé wọ́n dànù ni.
wọ́n dànù ni.
àmì ṣe bí olóhùn ọ̀sẹ̀jọ́ mọ́.
bó bá ti lóhùn ọ̀sẹ̀jọ́ náà wọ́n dànù náà.
dànù.
ó ti lóhùn ọ̀sẹ̀jọ́ mọ́. ó ti lóhùn ọ̀sẹ̀jọ́ mọ́ o.
ó sì ọmọlẹ̀.
ó ti lóhùn ọ̀sẹ̀jọ́ mọ́. ó ti lóhùn ọ̀sẹ̀jọ́ mọ́ o. ilé ẹjọ́ náà wá ní àwa ti gbọ́ nítorí wí òṣì ọmọlẹ̀ adẹjọ́ rẹ̀ nu wóró. ìwòrò
ọ̀sálága
ìwòrò ọ̀sẹ̀ bí ọ̀sẹ̀. àdúpẹ́.
ẹnìkan tí ó fi ara rẹ̀ pé ní tí ọ̀jẹ́ ó lóun amòfin
wẹ̀dọ̀
ó lóun lọ́ọ̀yà
wẹ̀dọ̀
ó ti lu oníbàárà rẹ̀ ní jìbìtì ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ọ̀ọ́dúnrún náírà.
300,000
naira. ọwọ́ akó gáàgì wọ́n á mú gáàgì wíìgì rẹ̀ wọ́n fi lé lórí wọ́n kó wí òfin rẹ̀ lé lọ wọ́n bá sábà ń tẹ̀ báyìí.
èyí ni amòfin náà.
tí ó pera rẹ̀ ní tí ọ̀jẹ́.
tó pera rẹ̀ ní tí ọ̀jẹ́. ẹ máa sọ́gọ̀ rẹ̀ lọ. ọmọ ọlọ́mọ ọ̀dà ajé nsúbú lè wú ọjà rẹ̀ mẹ́ẹ̀láyé pẹjọ́ o ọpẹjọ́ ta ko àbádòfin tó dá lórí àwọn àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn ṣùgbọ́n ẹjọ́ tó pè ó ti jẹ́ dídànù síta o ilé ẹjọ́ ní òun ọ̀lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti gbẹ́jọ́.
ẹ wò ó ẹ jẹ́ kí a tún àwọn ibi ẹ̀yẹ àti àwọn àyè gbogbo tí Ọlọ́run dá fún wa lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà tí àwọn òyìnbó amúnisìyàn tí wọ́n fún lórúkọ tó wù wọ́n ẹja tún orúkọ wọn sọ
káfọn
lóko mi
tó ti ṣe tilẹ̀ wa
kí ọ̀gá wa Buhari kó pa àṣẹ náà látòkè délẹ̀ kó dó wà.
èyí tí wọ́n ń jẹ́
gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìpínlẹ̀
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
ibikíbi tí ẹ bá ti rí
àwọn ọkọ̀ bíi Tostan Shaw Neil Jackson Kiri.
gbogbo ẹ dákun ẹ sọ lóko ìta gbọ́ dáadáa tí ó yé wa.
jákòlówó ọjà Tostan Shaw.
Bádébò.
èwo la tún rí gbọ́ o.
ẹ wo ẹ má sọ mí do oníkanra nínú ilé yìí o. ìtumọ̀ ni pé ká ẹ dá ẹyin tẹ́ ẹ mú padà síbi tẹ́ ẹ ti mú kí n tó kábánà yín ní gbòòrò ayé àbẹ̀wò ni kéèyàn kàn mọ́ kẹ́yìn jẹ ṣá láì ṣẹgbẹ́ dèbò.
ọgbọ́n nǹkan ìwọ kábánà mi lórí ẹyin tẹ́ èpo rẹ ti dórí àtàn àti pé gan ta ń sọ fún ọ pé rúùmí ti dàgbà jẹ ẹyin jíjẹ lọ.
ẹyin lẹ́mọ kẹ́yìn ó sà ti padà síbi tẹ́ ẹ ti mú.
ẹ̀mí mọ̀ lóòótọ́ ń sì jẹ́ òye wọ̀tọ́ ọ̀tí mọ̀ torí pé ọ̀pọ̀ èèyàn bíi tiẹ̀ ni ò mọ̀ pé ẹyin jíjẹ ń ṣara lóore púpọ̀. ẹyin kún fún èròjà protein vitamin àti minerals tí tọmọdé tàgbà nílò fún ìlera pípé ẹyin jẹ́ kí ọpọlọ àwọn ògo wẹrẹ mú yányán kódà àwọn onímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ gan fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé ẹyin jíjẹ lóòrèkóòrè ń jẹ́ kí ojú àwọn àgbàlagbà ó mọ́lẹ̀ kedere bẹ́ẹ̀ ló sì tún dènà ìfúnpá gíga tí ó sì tún dáàbò bo iṣan ara ẹyin dára fáláboyún àtobìnrin tí ń fọmọ lọ́yàn.
ọkọ mi ó mọ̀ jìnlẹ̀ ń pẹ́ ẹyin.
ìwọ lọmọ o. gbìyànjú kó o jẹ ẹyin kan lọ́jọ́ kan ó dára púpọ̀ fún ìlera rẹ owó ẹyin ò gara bẹ́ẹ̀ ló sì wà lárọ̀ọ́wọ́tó ìkéde yìí wá látọ̀dọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ àwọn àgbẹ̀ ọlọ́sìn kan abìyẹ́ Poultry Association of Nigeria ẹ̀ka tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
èmi mo nílẹ̀ èmi mo nílé mi ṣùgbọ́n wọn ò jẹ́ kọ́kàn mi ó balẹ̀.
ǹjẹ́ ó gba ìwé àṣẹ èmi mo nílẹ̀ èmi mo nílé mi sí ọ̀fọ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba.
rárá o èmi ò gba ìwé àṣẹ kankan ṣùgbọ́n èmi mo ní nǹkan mi.
dandan ni o gbọ́dọ̀ gba ìwé àṣẹ èmi mo nílẹ̀ èmi mo nílé sí ọ̀fọ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba. ìgbà yẹn ló tó lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ lórí dúkìá rẹ. ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti ṣètò bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe gba ìwé àṣẹ èmi mo nílẹ̀ èmi mo nílé mi sí ọ̀fọ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀rùn àti owó pínísín láàárín 60 ọjọ́ péré wàá rí sí ọ̀fọ̀ rẹ gbà. ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti ṣètò àwọn káàdì tó dàbí recharge card káàdì yìí lẹ máa kọ́kọ́ rà pẹ̀lú 6,000 naira ìlànà bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lo káàdì yìí ti wà lára ẹ̀. ìyẹn lẹ máa fi gba fọ́ọ̀mù ẹ lè rí àwọn recharge card yẹn rà ní gbogbo ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ àti ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ onídàgbàsókè tó wà jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. èèyàn ẹgbẹ̀rún méjì tó bá kọ́kọ́ wá yóò jẹ àǹfààní ẹ̀dínwó ìdámẹ́ẹ̀dógún nínú owó tí wọ́n fẹ́ san. bákan náà ló tún lè lo sí ọ̀fọ̀ yìí láti fi ya owó fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé sí pé sórí nọ́mbà yìí 0700-696-52637 0700-696-52637.
ọmọ sẹ́hùn akéré káàbọ̀ padà sí orí ètò elétí ọ̀fẹ́.
àǹfààní tí ń bẹ́nu kéèyàn ó polówó ọjà rẹ̀ lórí elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ọkọjá bẹ́ẹ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni ní ẹ ti ń gbọ́ nílé Ìbàdàn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa gbọ́ l'Ógbómọ̀ṣọ́.
wọ́n máa gbé jáde l'Ógbómọ̀ṣọ́ Ajílété.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ló sì máa gbọ́ lókè Ògùn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni gbogbo àwọn ìlú tí ń bẹ lẹ́kùn kọ̀ọ̀kan.
gbogbo àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tó súnmọ́ wa
àtàwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tó súnmọ́ wa.
wọ́n wọ ọbẹ̀ tààràtààrà ni.
gbogbo ẹ̀dá ẹ̀sìn ń pè wá náà pé ẹ fẹ́ polówó ọjà lórí ètò yìí. lágbára Ọlọ́run ọba nọ́mbà tí ẹ máa pè sí àwọn tí wọ́n máa mójútó láti yàrá polówó á sọ fún yín. wọ́n á lè má jẹ lónìí ṣùgbọ́n lágbára Ọlọ́run àwọn èèyàn wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jíṣẹ́ rẹ̀ fún yín. torí àwọn èèyàn ń pè o. wọ́n ń pè.
ẹ wá jẹ́ àtọrọ àforíjì fún ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tẹ́ wà ní Òkè Ògùn. Òkè Ògùn FM 96.3 tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa nípasẹ̀ rẹ̀. ẹ má bínú pé ọlọ́jà ẹlẹ́nu àná yìí.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni ọlọ́jà
ẹ gbọ́ wa. ẹ má bínú ẹ̀rọ wa ló wúkọ́.
bẹ́ẹ̀ wúkọ́ kò sí tí rẹ̀.
àwọn onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ wa wọ́n ti ń dáwọ́lé. wọ́n ti wà lẹ́nu ẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà ẹ̀ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa gbọ́ wa. ẹ ṣé o. bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wa ní Ajílété l'Ógbómọ̀ṣọ́ 92.1 ẹ̀jẹ̀ àjọ tẹ̀síwájú lórí ètò lónìí.
ẹ tún gbọ́wọ́ sí ẹyin òkè lálálá. lórí kókó tá à ń bá bọ̀ dákun Ọláwálé.
parí kókó rẹ̀.
kókó kan bẹ ní
àyè. yanjú kókó.
wọ́n ní ogunlọ́gọ̀ òun làwọn adigunjalè àtàwọn ọ̀daràn táwọn ọmọ ológun ti rán níwò ẹ̀sìn ní fanáfanṣu kódà wọ́n ní ọwọ́ wọn ti ẹ̀tún bàbá bá àṣàlẹ̀ ajínigbé kan tó ń fi ìpínlẹ̀ Taraba àti ìpínlẹ̀ Benue ìpínlẹ̀ méjì ló nìkan lò lẹ́ẹ̀kan ṣoṣo tó fi ṣe bùjókòó rẹ̀ ọkùnrin ẹsẹ̀ rẹ̀ sọ́kọ̀ òun.
gbé èèyàn mọ̀ yìí pé ọwọ́ òun kulẹ̀ pálábá àwọn ó sì.
yóò ṣègi tó sì àkàrà màá sì kí ẹ̀ tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kò yé mi o kò yé mi àbílẹ̀ ayé náà kọ́ ni.
ebi ń tọ́ ọlọ́fẹ́ gbádùn náà ni wọ́n ti
dẹ́nu kò yé mi o kò tiẹ̀ yé mi o gbogbo lálá tó lókè náà.
kéèyàn kúkú wá ṣe sùúrù nǹkan.
Demola so ti fẹ́ lọ sínú kókó ròyìn.
mo ní
ìròyìn ayọ̀ kan láti ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
tó bá jẹ́ ìròyìn ayọ̀ mo gbé òkè.
ìròyìn ayọ̀ ọ̀hún sì ni pé ọgọ́sàn-án
ogún mẹ́sàn-án
180 làwọn tí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti wò sàn tí wọ́n ti dálẹ̀.
ìròyìn ayọ̀ ni lórí ọ̀rọ̀ coronavirus.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni lórí COVID-19.
Ọlọ́run ó ṣe o. Ọlọ́run ó ṣe o.
ṣùgbọ́n ọbẹ̀ wa ni pé ẹnìkan pàdánù ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ kọ́lọ́ọ̀bà kọ́dàkùn kọ́ba àdẹ́lẹ̀ fún.
àmín o àmín o
sọ́ni Ọláwálé.
àmín o
sọ́ni Ọláwálé.
ìròyìn ayọ̀ ló mú wáyé ara mi tó yá gágágá. ẹgbẹ́ àwọn dókítà nílẹ̀ wa.
pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́ àfa.
àtẹ́gbẹ́ àwọn olùkọ́.
pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́.
ọ̀dà.
ọmọ mi rántí bàbá wa jágbe bó képe.
mo fẹ́ jágbe mọ́ ma gbogbo.
kọ́lọ́ wọn fọ̀rọ̀ kẹ́ wọn.
mo fẹ́ jágbe mọ́ ma gbogbo rẹ̀ ok na. ẹgbẹ́ àwọn dókítà ọ̀dà àbámu. ẹgbẹ́ àwọn dókítà alẹ́ wa àtẹ́gbẹ́ àwọn olùkọ́ wọ́n ti gbójú agan síjọba àpapọ̀ lánàá o lórí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ tí ó fẹ́ padà sí wọlé yíkáyíká orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà. wọ́n ní ìpinnu ìjọba àpapọ̀ pé káwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọlé padà yìí wọ́n ní ọ̀dà tó lásìkò yìí o wọ́n ló sì lè ṣàkóbá ńláńlá fún àwọn olùkọ́ àtàwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ coronavirus. ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ àwọn dókítà ìyún ní ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Innocent Uja sọ nílùú Jos wípé bí a bá wo bí àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí bí a ṣe ń tiri láti tẹ̀lé àṣẹ èyí tó rọ̀ mọ́ àti gbógun ti àrùn coronavirus a jẹ́ pé ó léwu púpọ̀ fún àwọn ọmọ wa láti padà wọlé lásìkò tí a wà yìí. akọ̀wé àgbà fún ẹgbẹ́ NUT Mike Ene ó sọ wípé níṣe níjọba ó ti sọ̀rọ̀ náà di tòṣèlú o ó ní báwo làwọn olùkọ́ tí ò tí ì gbowó oṣù láwọn ìpínlẹ̀ kan mo mọ̀ pé kì í ṣe ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ kan tí kì í ṣe ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ọ̀dà mi lójú tá dà pé ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ owó oṣù
lọ ní mẹ́lọmẹ́lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
ìjọba kò mọ̀ sọ fún ọ̀rọ̀ kàlẹ́ndà.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kàlẹ́ndà ni súnmọ́sún bàbá ò ní kàlẹ́ndà ọmọ náà bá sún 25
ọlọ́mọdé sún 25
kò ní yẹ kó kò ní yẹ kó.
bó ṣe le tó bó ṣe gbogbo ẹsẹ̀.
ẹni tó láyé tó lọ́run tó ń ti GSM lẹ́yìn gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé kò ní padà lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ kì í sọ̀rọ̀ kókó jẹ.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ tá a gbé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọlé níjọba àpapọ̀.
ó níjọba àpapọ̀ ń tẹ̀lé báyìí.
ebi nígbà náà wọ́n ń bu àwọn àná pé kẹ́ni Ṣèyí Mákindé rò kó kẹ́ni àṣẹ ẹni tọ́lọ́run tẹ̀lé àtọ́mọ tí ń ṣe náà làwọn àtúnkọ́ òkútọ tí àwọn.
ọmọlẹ́kọ̀ọ́lẹ̀ ó di pàtàkì igunlé àdúpẹ́ lọ́lọ́run.
Ọlọ́run ní ijó sùn yìí.
àmín
Ọlọ́run bá ọtí ọlẹ́yìn.
kàlẹ́ndà ló fi yà para.
mo ti ń kà á lọ kọ́lọ́ ọjọ́ ọgbà kíkà mo mọ bá dé náà.
ìwọ náà lọ wá.
ó ní báwo ni àwọn olùkọ́
tí wọn ò gbowó oṣù yóò dà fún ọ láwọn ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ kan
yóò ṣe wá rówó tí wọ́n fi ra ohun èlò tí wọ́n fi dáàbò bo ara wọn lórí àrùn coronavirus. àwọn aṣáájú ẹgbẹ́ wọ̀nyí àwọn méjèèjì ìhùjà àti ẹnẹ́ wọn á ní bí àbá mọ gbogbo ẹ̀ káàrí gbogbo ẹ̀ ebi gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo ló kéde pé iná ti bọ́ sí abẹ́ aṣọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ kòkòrò báyìí tó sì àjẹ́ pé láì ṣe pé gbogbo àwọn ọ̀pá aláṣẹ gbogbo àwọn tí ó jẹ́ ọmọ ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ ọ̀hún àtàwọn ọba aláyé tí wọ́n ti fara kọ́ mi kínní wọ́n wọlé àbá fún ọdún
fọjọ́ mẹ́rin péré náà ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì ni.
ó ní kí làwọn àwọn wí fún àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké
tí wọn ò gbowó oṣù.
ó lábì tá a wá ní ọ̀fọ̀ mọ́ tiẹ̀ ṣe
tẹ́ẹ̀sì wo covid-19
ṣe
gínípìgì ẹ̀mí ìbò nù. lójú ewé ìkejì ti Nigerian Tribune àmì ibẹ̀ làwọn sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ àti kẹ̀yàmọ̀ ní a ti gbé náà ọ̀rọ̀ wojú ara wọn lórí wọ́ọ̀rùbẹ̀ sí pariwo wọ́n ní tó ọlágbára lánàá o àná ọjọ́ ṣẹ́gun bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ní yàrá 221 níbi tí àwọn aṣòfin tí wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí takùtù ọ̀rọ̀ ìbínú sí mínísítà kejì fún ètò ìgbanisíṣẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ iṣẹ́ àti bí ọwọ́ iṣẹ́ ṣe ń lọ sí bó ṣe ń yá sí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Festus Keyamo wọ́n ní kódà ariwo ní ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pa lórí ara wọn ó sì lé odidi ọgbọ̀n ìṣẹ́jú tí wọ́n fi ń pariwo léra wọn tó yẹ pé ìpàdé ganjẹ́ ní ẹ fẹ́ ṣe wọ́n ní wọ́n ń láti sọ̀rọ̀ ní pàpà ìyàká ni o kí ló sì ṣẹlẹ̀ ebi ìjọba àpapọ̀ ló lóun fẹ́ gba 1,500 ó lé 774 774,000 àwọn èèyàn sí ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan àwọn iṣẹ́ ní àwọn ìjọba àbílẹ̀ tí wọ́n jẹ́ 744 ta nílẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà 774. a gbọ́ pé àjọ ìjókòólé méjèèjì pàápàá jùlọ nílẹ̀gbìmọ̀ aṣòfin àgbà wọ́n ní àwọn ní akẹ́sí mínísítà kejì náà o ìpè kó wá ṣe àlàyé lórí àwọn ọ̀nà wo òun náà ni wọ́n fẹ́ tọ̀ tí wọ́n fi gbé àyè ìgbìmọ̀ ẹlẹ́ni ogún kan nàró lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn iṣẹ́ tí ẹni fẹ́ pèsè ọ̀hún tí wọ́n fi máa tọ́jú àwọn ìlú wa gbogbo láì jẹ́ pé wọ́n pe ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin àgbà ilẹ̀ wa kọ́ dá sí i. wọ́n ní àjọ inú ilé o wọ́n ní tó gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe gbé kalẹ̀ wọ́n gbé kalẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí àjọ kan tí wọ́n mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ gbé kalẹ̀ láti rí i pé ọ̀rọ̀ ṣẹ́ òde ní àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ àtàwọn ìjọba àbílẹ̀ tọ́rọ̀ kàn ọmọ yẹn lórí ni ó sì jẹ́ ọ̀nà láti pèsè iṣẹ́ fún àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tí wọ́n jẹ́ 774,000 774,000. wọ́n ní ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ wàhálà ó ní ọ̀rọ̀ kan nígbà tí ọ̀kan lára àwọn ọmọ ìgbìmọ̀ ọ̀hún tó ní kìbádà kẹjá lọ tilẹ̀kùn mọ́rí ṣe ìpàdé yìí o àwọn oníròyìn tí wọ́n ń ṣe mú fòkìfòkì yìí tí wọn ò rí wọn mọ̀ ọkọ o wọ́n ní Keyamo bá ní pé tilẹ̀kùn mọ́rí ṣèpàdé kíni ntọ́ka gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà látìlẹ̀kùn mọ́rí ṣèpàdé sí ẹjẹ́ ṣe ń gbagba wálé àníyàn yìí ibẹ̀ lọ́rọ̀ ti di what do you mean kí ló gbé mi kí ní bẹ ló kàyà rẹ̀ sọ́mọ fọwọ́ lálẹ́ fún wa ni lọ́rọ̀ kan ìpàdé ó di sísọ̀rọ̀ ní pàpà ìyáká Keyamo ó bínú jáde lóòótọ́ lọ tẹríba fún ọ ṣùgbọ́n ìbínú lè bínú jáde àwọn ọmọ ìgbìmọ̀ náà wọ́n ní kò sí ń tọ́jọ́ àwọn ò ní gbà sí ọ lẹ́nu ọ̀n bẹ lójú ewé ìkejì ti Nigerian Tribune ẹ̀ka síwájú.
ilé asòfin àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí àti iléeṣẹ́ tí ó ń pín iná ọba lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa tí mo pè discos lẹ́ẹ̀kan ó ní àti jùmọ̀ panupọ̀ kí síjọba àpapọ̀ pé kí wọ́n fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ kí wọ́n fọwọ́ rawọ́ kí wọ́n wá mú owó ìrànwọ́ tí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ náà bá tí gbogbo aráàlú bá lò wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í san láti àkókò yìí lọ. ní ọjọ́ ajé ìjẹta ìtọ́kọjá yìí ó ní àjọ discos sọ fún àwọn aṣáájú ilé asòfin àpapọ̀ ilé wa yìí pé ọ̀nà kan ṣoṣo tí iléeṣẹ́ àwọn fi lè fòpin sí ọ̀rọ̀ àfikún sókè owó ná táwọn aráàlú ń san ó ní kí ìjọba àpapọ̀ kó yà gbà báyìí kó bá wọn san owó àfikún owó náà tí àwọn ń gbèrò. adarí ilé asòfin àgbà ilẹ̀ yìí èyàn ní Ahmed Lawan àti adarí ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣojú ṣòfin Fẹ́mi Gbàjàbíàmílà nájúmọ̀ takú wọn lé wípé wo àsìkò yóò da àsìkò tẹ́ fẹ́ fowó kówó lé.
kò fara rọ.
ẹ máa gbé àfikún yẹn lọ jẹ́ àwọn ò ní gbà àárín fọwọ́ sí.
ṣeun tí wọ́n gbàjáde lójú ewé ìkẹta Nigerian Tribune ìtàn kan náà ni o ìròyìn kan náà ni o ó ní pé wọ́n ní báyìí o àwọn iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ń pín náà ọba iná ẹ̀lẹ́ntíríkì ká nílẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà tá a mọ̀ sí discos wọ́n ní lọ́jọ́ tí àná wọ́n ti forí okòó sọ̀ọ́dún wọ́n ní a sọ pé owó tàn fẹ́ gbégun owó náà ọba tára ló san tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ wípé yọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ tòní ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù keje ọdún 2020 kò ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ́ o ìròyìn ayọ̀ fún gbogbo aráàlú ó di inú oṣù mẹ́ta àkọ́kọ́ ọdún tí ń bọ̀ first quarter 2021 kó tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ o wọ́n ní àjùmọ̀jókòó ṣe ìpàdé iléègbìmọ̀ asòfin méjèèjì ní ọjọ́ ajé níjẹta ni wọ́n ké sí iléeṣẹ́ discos wípé kìbádà o kí ẹ so ọ̀rọ̀ àfowókówó náà bá yẹ kẹ́ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ fúngbà kan náà títí tí nǹkan ó fi faraàlú wọn ní àtúnṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìpàdé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ náà ní ọjọ́ ìṣẹ́gun ti àná èyí tí àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ atukọ̀ lẹ́gbọ̀n asòfin méjèèjì làbújá tí wọ́n ṣe pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ààrẹ wa Muhammadu Buhari àti igbákejì rẹ̀ Yẹmí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò ní ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ wọn ní lẹ́yìn ìpàdé ọ̀hún onífẹ́mi Gbàjàbíàmílà abẹnugan lẹ́gbọ̀n aṣojúṣòfin lọ́wọ́ ni àti ààrẹ wa Muhammadu Buhari o àti igbákejì rẹ̀ ọkọ̀ dọ́lì p bébí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò wọ́n ní wọ́n faramọ́ tí àwọn sọ fún àwọn iléeṣẹ́ disco wípé kí wọ́n sún àfọwọ́kún owó náà kí wọ́n sún síwájú di ọjọ́ mi ọjọ́ rẹ̀ látàrí kíni látàrí wàhálà èyí tí àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19 tó ń dá sílẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ kókó ìròyìn ibẹ̀ náà ni pé ó di ọdún 2021 kí owó kó tó gùn náà ọba tá à ń sàn.
ìròyìn tó yá yìí.
ó yá yìí.
ọ̀rọ̀ nípa wàdúmẹ̀ tí mo sọ fún wọn.
wàdúmẹ̀ nù.
wọ́n ní ẹbí rìpẹ́tọ̀ ọlọ́pàá kan Mark Ediale ọ̀kan lára àwọn ọlọ́pàá mẹ́ta tí àwọn sọ́jà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Taraba tí wọ́n pa láti lè dá ọ̀daràn kan báyìí tí wọ́n pè wọ́n wàdúmẹ̀ láti lè dálẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ kẹfà oṣù kẹjọ ọdún 2019 ó ní wọ́n ní àwọn ó gbé ìjọba àpapọ̀ lọ ilé ẹjọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí lọ ẹbí Ediale agbẹjọ́rò wọn èyí ò ní Fẹ́mi Fálànà SAN tó ti kọ́kọ́ sọ fún ìjọba àpapọ̀ fún yín lọ́jọ́ méje kẹ́ ẹ fi wákàtí sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn kẹ́ ẹ kó àwọn sọ́jà mẹ́wàá tí wọ́n tàbọ̀ pa àwọn èèyàn yìí èyí tí Captain Tijani Balarabe tó ṣáájú léwájú wọn kẹ́ ẹ kó wọn wá sílé ẹjọ́ ó ní ọjọ́ mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dógún tó fún wọn ọjọ́ méje tó fún wọn ó ti tẹnubodò ọjọ́ kẹẹ̀ẹ́dógún oṣù kẹfà sí ọjọ́ kejìlélógún oṣù kẹfà ọdún tá a wà ní 2020 náà ó ní ọjọ́ méje ọ̀hún.
gbèdéke ọjọ́ méje tó fún wọn.
ọjọ́ méje tó fún wọn lọ́jọ́ ó ní kí agbẹjọ́rò àgbà orílẹ̀-èdè yìí àti mínísítà fún ètò ìdájọ́ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Abubakar Malami kí ó kó àwọn sọ́jà mẹ́wàá
tí wọ́n
lọ́wọ́ nù àti pa àwọn èèyàn yìí àwọn ọlọ́pàá mẹ́ta àti káfútè ọlọ́pàá àti rìpẹ́tọ̀ ọlọ́pàá kan àtàwọn aráàlú wọn kún àwa wọn á ní ṣùgbọ́n ẹjọ́ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o lórí Bàlá Mísù tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí Wàdúmẹ̀ àti àwọn mẹ́fà míì wọ́n ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ilé ẹjọ́ gíga kan nílùú Àbújá ṣùgbọ́n àwọn sọ́jà mẹ́wẹ̀ẹ́wà wọn ò kún àwa sílé ẹjọ́ o láti ọjọ́ ajé tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe ètò ìdájọ́ ọ̀hún.
ẹja dátọ́ mi ẹja kọjá lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa lókè lọ ẹ̀ súnlẹ̀.
ọjọ́ ti pẹ́ tí a ti ń sọ pé omi tuntun ti rú tẹ́já ti tún sì ti wọnú ẹ̀ nílé iṣẹ́ àjọ abánikọ́lé ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ State Housing Corporation àmọ́ tọ̀tẹ̀ yìí ti wá yàtọ̀ lábẹ́ alága titun ìgbìmọ̀ olùdarí àjọ abánikọ́lé náà amòfin Báyọ̀ Làwà àjọ abánikọ́lé ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló ní kí n sọ fún gbogbo àwọn tó gbalẹ̀ kalẹ̀ tí wọn kò kọ́ àwọn tó ti kọ́ tiwọn lákọ̀ọ́pàtì àti àwọn tí kò tilẹ̀ sújà tàbí débi ilẹ̀ náà mọ̀ pé òpin ti dé àkókò tí a fún yín dà láti gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ti parí ìgbésẹ̀ ti iléeṣẹ́ wa lọ́kàn Ọ̀yọ́ State Housing Corporation ti ṣetán láti gba ẹrù ilẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ padà kó sì ta fáwọn tó ń pòǹgbẹ ilẹ̀ tó jẹ́ tìjọba nítorí náà ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tó wà láwọn agboolé àti ilẹ̀ ìjọba tó wà nìbàdàn ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílùú Ọ̀yọ́ tó fi mọ́ta jílété lÓgbómọ̀ṣọ́ dé Ṣakí Òkè-Ò Ìṣẹ́yìn Kìṣí ẹ̀yin tágbègbè Ìbàràpá ńkọ́ gbogbo yín pátá níjọba ní kẹ́ wá ṣojúṣe yín wàyí o ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ti kọ́lé sórí ilẹ̀ àjọ abánikọ́lé ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ State Housing Corporation àmọ́ tí ẹ kò tí ì san owó ilẹ̀ ọlọ́dọọdún yín annual ground rent àsìkò kówó wọlé sí akoto ìjọba la wà yìí lábẹ́ alága wa tuntun Barrister Báyọ̀ Làwà ó ní ká kéde pé ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá jẹ àjọ náà lówó kó rí i pé òun pa kìtìmọ́lẹ̀ wàá san owó orí ilẹ̀ rẹ̀ ní kíákíá àsìkò ìgbésẹ̀ la wà yìí ọjọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu àti ìkéde lásán ti kọjá ẹ lọ san ground rent yín ká tó kojú oro sí àwọn kọlọ̀nà sí ọba òkè tó kọ́lé fún yín yóò pèsè fún yín láti gbé inú ilé náà pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀rùn mo wíire àbí mo wíire.
ètò ń tẹ̀síwájú gẹ́gẹ́ bá a ṣe kọ̀wé ẹ̀ ojú ewé ìkejì ti Nigerian Tribune náà ni mo wà wọ́n ní òjò rọ̀ nílẹ̀ Ìbàdàn fódìdí wákàtí mẹ́ta omi yalé ọ̀yà àwọn ṣọ́ọ̀bù láwọn ibì kan gẹ́gẹ́ bí oníròyìn Nigerian Tribune ṣe fi léde lójú ewé ìkejì ti Nigerian Tribune a gbọ́ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ilé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ afárá àwọn òpópónà àwọn ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ àwọn alùpùpù àti ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ṣọ́ọ̀bù ní òjò tó rọ̀ fún odidi wákàtí mẹ́ta ó lé díẹ̀ nílùú Ìbàdàn olúlu ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ó ní omi rẹ̀ ló ya wọ lọ́jọ́ àná ọjọ́ Ìṣẹ́gun wọ́n ní àwọn agbègbè tó fara káásájò lára wọn láti rí Olódó Orokún Àbàtà kan Onípẹ́pẹ́yẹ Àríyọ̀ Òkí Kútẹ̀ àti Agbowó wọ́n ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn ló jẹ́ pé fún àìmọye wákàtí ni wọn ò fi lè tẹ̀síwájú lẹ́nu ibi tí wọ́n ń lọ nípa ìrìn àjò.
ọ̀dà akọ àdúgbò mi Akílápọ̀ Olóhùn.
kò tí ì sí lórí máàpù.
kò tí ì sí bẹ́ẹ̀. múra sí o ọwọ́ mi ò tẹ ọ.
wọ́n ní omi yìí kan náà.
ọ̀ tiẹ̀ dákọ̀ owó mi ká ò ní dákọ̀ ẹ̀kúlé mi.
ibo ti dákọ̀ rẹ̀ ibo ti dákọ̀ ẹ̀kúlé rẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀. wọ́n ní bákan náà omi yìí kan náà o irú rẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́dún 2017 irú rẹ̀ ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ọdún 2017 nírú àwọn agbègbè tá a dákọ̀ yìí bákan náà wọ́n ní bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni nígbà náà àwọn lébi ọ̀ọ́dúnrún olómi ya wọ̀ nígbà náà lọ́dún 2017 wọ́n wá ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀hún o wọ́n ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ kàn ní agbègbè ibi tó kàn wọ́n ní wọ́n ṣe lálàyé wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn aráàlú gan àwọn gan ni ń rú òfin ọ̀rọ̀ àyíká èyí tí àjọ tó mójútó òun iléeṣẹ́ ìjọba tó mójútó ọ̀rọ̀ àyíká tó fi lélẹ̀ fún wọn pàápàá jùlọ wọ́n náà ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa lórí pé ká máa dí gọ́tà ká máa dójú àgbàrá àwọn gangan ni wọ́n fa ọ̀rọ̀ omíyalé yìí o wọ́n wá ní akọ̀wé apàṣẹ wàá fún àjọ tó mójútó ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ pàjáwìrì nípínlẹ̀ yìí Lukman àránsí wọn ló ń sọ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ilé ọ̀hún ni àwọn tiẹ̀ ti kọ́kọ́ fi ọ̀dà kùn tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ pé ojú àgbàrá ni wọ́n wà wọ́n jẹ́ wíwó torí náà ẹ wò lójú ewé ìkejì Nigerian Tribune kẹ̀ẹ̀ka síwájú.
jákèmí náà lọ sí ojú ewé keje ìwé ìròyìn The Punch nígbà tí wọ́n máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìpàdé tí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe pẹ̀lú ìjọba àpapọ̀ ní òní yìí lórí àtiwòṣẹ́ nínú wọn àpapọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera ńlẹ̀ yìí tá a mọ̀ sí Joint Health Sector Union johasu àbí johesu ó ní wọ́n ti fi àìdùnnú hàn sí ìpinnu iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìlera èyí tó fi ara mọ́ kí wọ́n san ìdá mẹ́wàá owó oṣù àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ kan fún wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí owó ewu lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ wọn ẹgbẹ́ yìí ní rárá o wọn táwọn fẹnu kò lé lórí níbẹ̀rẹ̀ ìpàdé àwọn tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ni pé àádọ́ta ìpín àádọ́ta nú ọgọ́rùn èèyàn ní pé ìdajì owó oṣù ó ní àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera ni wọ́n gbà gẹ́gẹ́ bí owó ewu tí lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ni wọ́n gbà.
owó
ìfẹ̀míwéwu kọ́lọ́ ṣàánú akọ́mọ́jà mọ̀mọ́ fẹ̀mí ara wa wéwu. wọ́n wá ní lónìí tí ṣe ọjọ́rú ó ní wọ́n ní ìpàdé pẹ̀lú ìjọba àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ṣùgbọ́n ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ Josiah Bíọ́bẹ̀lẹ̀móyè ó wá ṣe àpèjúwe pé àwọn ń pín àwọn kan sọjú à ń ṣe à ń fa àwọn kan ṣe ojú re.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni àmọ́ àwọn kan láàyò ayé àwọn kan gbọ́sìn
pé àwọn ò faramọ́ kò pé àwọn nítorí náà ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn kó gba nǹkan kan náà ni wọ́n ní kí ni ká máa sọ kí là ń sọ yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ bá wo ohun tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ àwọn nǹkan ńlá mọ̀ ni àwọn máa ń dáyà akọ nǹkan ńlá wípé gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tí ọba wa ṣe tẹ́sì ni o ẹni tí wọ́n bá ní ó ti ní àrùn coronavirus ni o ìtọ́jú àwọn èèyàn báwọn ọwọ́ àwọn lọ́wọ́ àá tí wọ́n fi lọlé tí ọlọ́run fi ní ká dá bíi ọgọ́sàn àbí kìlọ̀ èlò ló ní.
ọgọ́sàn ni.
ọgọ́sàn ní ọlọ́run ní ká dá rẹ̀.
ó ní mo fẹ́ kà ní ìsìn mo fẹ́ kà ní ìsìn.
máa rí a sí.
kí n máa wọlé.
máa wọlé yóò dáa fún un torí ìròyìn ayọ̀ ni pé ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ọ̀dà ọgọ́sàn èèyàn sílẹ̀ nínú àrùn kòrónà gbogbo àwọn èèyàn ti wà lábàá láti bíi ọjọ́ mẹ́rìnlá sẹ́yìn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
àbí orin kan bí.
wọ́n sì yẹ̀ wọ́n wò rí pé wọ́n ti bọ́ ń bẹ̀.
ọ̀nà nítorí náà ó ń dun àwọn mọ ohun tí ó tẹ̀yìn ẹ̀yọ bí àwọn bá fi lè daṣẹ́lẹ̀ lẹ́nu ètò ìlera lẹ́nu ètò ìlera pé kìí ṣe tí ì máa rọrùn rárá lọ́dọ̀ dákun méjì àárí ẹ̀bù ẹ̀yìn. wọ́n ṣe ìpàdé lónìí a sì rí àbáyọ rẹ̀.
yóò dà fún ọláwálé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ covid-19 kan náà ni o wọ́n ní ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ tiwa èèyàn 180 òun náà ni wọ́n ní wọ́n máa lọ lé wọn láyọ̀ àtàlàáfíà bí wọ́n ti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ àrùn covid-19 ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ó ti sọ pé láyọ̀ àti àlàáfíà ó ní kí àwọn 100 èèyàn tí wọ́n ní wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ kó àrùn covid-19 tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n tí wọ́n ti wòsàn kí wọ́n máa lọ lé wọn lẹ́yìn ìgbà wọn tún ṣàyẹ̀wò fún wọn tán lẹ́ẹ̀kejì tí wọ́n sì rí pé kòkòrò kòrónà tí ń fa àrùn covid-19 kò sí lára wọn mọ́ gómìnà ṣèyí mákindé ló kéde eléyìí lórí agbègbè ayélujára abẹ́yẹfò rẹ̀ twitter handle ní ọjọ́ ajé ti ìjẹta mákindé gómìnà ó ṣe lálàyé pé báyìí ó ní àǹfààní tí ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ní ó ní pé pẹ̀lú ìgbésẹ̀ yìí sọ̀ǹgbọ́ láwálé ẹgbẹ̀ta ó lé méjìdínláàádọ́rùn-ún 688 ó ní àwọn èèyàn tí ọlọ́run ọba ti ti ọwọ́ ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ wòsàn tí wọ́n ti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ covid-19 ẹ̀wẹ̀ ọwá ní ẹ̀wọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ṣe ni láàánú o wípé ẹnìkan bá kòkòrò àrùn coronavirus ọba rìn ó ní ló fi wá jẹ́ kí iye àwọn èèyàn tó ti bá àrùn covid-19 rìn kí wọ́n di 12 nípínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ gómìnà náà wà ní tó lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí o àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe kó kòkòrò àrùn covid-19 nípínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ wọ́n jẹ́ mẹ́rìndínláàádọ́rin 66 àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ògúnṣínà ó ń gbìyànjú láti pè wá kó bá ń gbọ́ wa ní ìsìn torí kò láǹfààní àti wá bá ń gbọ́ wa kó pè wọlé báyìí bá a ṣe ń kà á síwájú.
mẹ́yàn bá rí bó ṣe wọ aṣọ bí ìgbà téèyàn bá fẹ́ sọ̀kalẹ̀ nù ojú oṣù pa ni. ìjọba àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ti ní òun ti dá sí ọ̀nà tíjọba orílẹ̀-èdè Ghana tó fi dá àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí 39 sílẹ̀ kúrò lọ́gbà ẹ̀wọ̀n lórí ẹ̀sùn pé wọ́n wọ orílẹ̀-èdè Ghana lọ́nà tí kò bófin mu. a gbọ́ pé wọ́n ó kó àwọn èèyàn tí orí kó yọ náà wọ́n ó kó wọn wá sílé ní àìpẹ́ yìí. iléeṣẹ́ tó ń rí sọ́rọ̀ àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè wa tó wà ní ẹ̀yìn odi ńlọ́kéde ìgbésẹ̀ ìjọba yìí o wọ́n ní ẹnubodè afláwó ni wọ́n ti náwó gan wọn lásìkò tí wọ́n ń gbìyànjú láti wọ orílẹ̀-èdè Ghana. ní bá a ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí àwọn aṣojú ilẹ̀ náà wọ́n bíbẹ̀ ní abẹ́ wọn pé ẹ dákun ẹ má bá ọmọ ìṣẹ́jọ́ ẹjẹ́ àwọn kan àrẹ́lé wọ́n sì yọ̀ǹdẹ̀ fún un.
torí pé wọ́n ti rúfin
orílẹ̀-èdè Ghana
wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣẹjọ́
wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣẹjọ́ ọ̀dẹ̀ máa ṣẹjọ́ wọn ò lè bọ́.
wọn ò ní bọ́m̀bẹ̀ o wọn ò ní bọ́m̀bẹ̀ o. lójú ewé kejì ti Nigerian Tribune ibẹ̀ náà ni a ti ń re ìjọba tó tukọ̀ lẹ̀ wá lánàá lábẹ́ ààrẹ Goodluck Ebele Jonathan wọ́n ní wọ́n ná owó kan tí ó ń lọ bí tírílíọ̀nù 2 náírà láì jẹ́ pé ó wà ní àkọsílẹ̀ ètò ìnáwó ètò ìṣúná. wọ́n ní lẹ́gbìmọ̀ aṣojúṣòfin ti ṣe lẹ́gbìmọ̀ aṣòfin àpapọ̀ lẹ́wà kejì nílùú Àbújá. wọ́n ní ó béèrè ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ olùṣírò àgbà lẹ́wà Nàìjíríà accountant general fún gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ahmed Idris lórí owó kan tó ń lọ bí tírílíọ̀nù 2 náírà èyí tí wọ́n ní wọ́n ná ní ọdún 2014 nínú ètò ìṣúná ọdún 2014 ṣùgbọ́n tí ọ̀la kọ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ní tó inú wọn wàá dùn sí èsì èyí tí olùṣírò owó àgbà nílẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà èyí tó fọ̀ sí ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan àwọn òwe tí ẹ ti kọ́kọ́ kọ sí ọ tẹ kọ́kọ́ ọ sí tẹ́lẹ̀ pàápàá jùlọ láti ọ́fíìsì olùyẹ̀wò owó àgbà ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà wọ́n ní tó gbogbo àwíjàre èyí tí accountant general ń wí wọ́n ní àwọn ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ọ̀hún ni wọ́n ń fẹnu sópa pé sùkẹ́ kò sí ìtọ́jọ́ ẹ ná owó tí ń lọ bíi tírílíọ̀nù 2 náírà kò sì sí ní àkọọ́lẹ̀ takùlà ẹ sì bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run.
onídàájọ́ àgbà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó
ẹ̀sà Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ti wà ní kẹ́ tó lọ bá onídàájọ́.
èmi ń lọ bá onídàájọ́ Kazeem Alogba
mọ kà ń sọ ó ti tún kù bẹ́ẹ̀.
onídàájọ́ àgbà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó onídàájọ́ Kazeem Alogba ni ẹ sọ ní àná òde pé àwọn ti dá èèyàn 15 sílẹ̀ tí ń retí àti gba ìdájọ́ ní ọgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n Kirikiri ní ìlú Èkó. wọ́n ní àwọn èèyàn tá a wí yìí wọ́n wà lára àwọn tí wọ́n forí jìn ní gbangba ta ilé ẹjọ́ kan ilé ẹjọ́ májísírèètì kan ní Igbóṣeré ní ìlú Èkó ní àná yesterday. wọ́n ní alàgbà Alogba tí wọ́n jẹ́ adájọ́ àgbà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó sọ pé àwọn gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yìí níbàámu pẹ̀lú ìlàkàkà ìjọba àpapọ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí láti dín àwọn èèyàn tí ń bẹ ní ọgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n kù ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àti ní gbogbo orílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà nítorí àrùn COVID-19 tí ọgbà ayé kan yìí kọ́mọ̀dé pé wọ́n tún mọ̀ ta kankan láàrin ara wọn káàkiri. ó ní àwọn ṣe ìgbésẹ̀ yìí pẹ̀lú ìbámu abala ìwé òfin orílẹ̀-èdè wa kan tí wọ́n kò ní section 1 subsection 1 of criminal justice wọ́n sá kà
lẹ̀ ní ọbẹ̀ òfin
gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n tó ti tún ṣe lọ́dún 2007. onídàájọ́ àgbà náà wá sọ pé wá wo làwọn àtúnyìnlẹ̀ yìí o ẹ wá mọ́rò yìí pé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá tún lọ dáràn míì wá ẹ rò yìí pé bọ́yá ẹ ní jíya rẹ o kẹ mọ́rò pé torí pé lọ́gbọ́ ẹ̀wọ̀n kún fàdà yín lẹ̀ yìí ọkọ́fà rẹ o yà á lọ ọmọ dẹ́sẹ̀ mọ́ bàbá ṣe tu ọ lẹ̀
olúwa mi ti wí. lójú ewé ìkẹẹ̀dọ́gbọ̀n ti Nigerian Tribune mo rò pé ọkùnrin ń gbìyànjú àti wọlé kò tí ì wọlé ibẹ̀ náà ni ilégbèmọ̀ aṣòfin tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ni wọ́n ti ní àwọn iṣẹ́ mọ́nìgbàgbé gbáǹkọ́ àwọn èyí tí gómìnà àná tó papòdà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tí a ń bí sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Ajímọ̀bí ṣe é lẹ̀ kò ṣeé parẹ́ ẹja lọ wò ó. wọ́n ní ọkọ̀ ọ̀jọ̀kọ̀ ìrántí lórí ìgbésí ayé àti àkókò èyí tí gómìnà apàṣẹwàá àná nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lò nílé ayé tá a wà yìí lókè pẹ̀ sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Abíọ́lá Ajímọ̀bí òun ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí tẹ̀síwájú ní ọjọ́ tí àná nínú ìjókòó àkànṣe pàtàkì èyí tí wọ́n ṣe láti fi yẹ gómìnà àná náà sí nílé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tiwa. wọ́n ní ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan àwọn aṣòfin tí wọ́n dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ níbi ìjókòó àyẹ́sí pàtàkì náà ni wọ́n dìde tí wọ́n sì sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan àwọn iṣẹ́ gbáǹkọ́ takuntakun mọ́nìgbàgbé tí wọ́n ní gómìnà Isiaka Abíọ́lá Adéyẹmí Ajímọ̀bí èyí tó ṣe lásìkò tó wà ní ipò gómìnà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lánàá. wọ́n ní àní òsì gbogbo náà ni wọ́n sọ pé ìgbésẹ̀ tó gbé mọ́nìgbàgbé ni o. wọ́n ní nígbà tí ó ń ṣíwájú ìjókòólé abẹnuganlé ọ̀nàrẹ́bù Adébọ̀ Ògúndóyin wọ́n lọ kan sára ó sì gbóṣù kan rabandẹ bàǹbà fún sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Abíọ́lá Ajímọ̀bí wípé ó jẹ́ kí ọgbọ́n tí Ọlọ́run fún àti òye tó ní kí ó wúlò púpọ̀ láti fi túlù kọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ fódìdí ọdún 7 sángílítì. wọ́n ní tó spíkà náà abẹnugan òun náà ó tọ́ka sí wípé sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Ajímọ̀bí ó dúró gidigba nínú ìdásílẹ̀ àwọn nǹkan amáyédẹrùn ìdàgbàsókè àwùjọ àti àyíká ètò ààbò àti ohun gbogbo tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú dídáàbòbò dúkìá àti ẹ̀mí àwọn aráàlú. lọ́rọ̀ kan ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ní àwọn àṣeyọrí Ajímọ̀bí gbáǹkọ́ tó ṣe níjọba àná kò ṣeé parẹ́ wọ́n sì kàn sára sí lójú ewé ìkẹẹ̀dọ́gbọ̀n ti Nigerian Tribune.
kótó ni pé àgbẹ̀ àwọn
èèyàn wọ́n ṣojú òpó
ọ̀yọ́jà wo
ọkùnrin náà ń gbìyànjú àti bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n kò tí ì wọlé.
àwọn Michael Ogunsina ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì mọ́ lọ nígbà tí gómìnà Káyọ̀dé Fáyẹmí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì sọ lánàá òde pé gbogbo àwọn iléèwé kí wọ́n wọlé o ní 20 oṣù tuntun tí a mú lónìí yìí àti àwọn ilé ìjọsìn gbogbo ní ọjọ́ 17 oṣù yìí kan náà. Fáyẹmí tó wá sọ pé yàtọ̀ sí pé òun ti ẹ̀jẹ̀ á fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera ní owó ewu lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ wọn. ó lóun tó wá gbé ìjọba ògbé ètò adójútòfò 2.5 billion naira. bílíọ̀nù 2.5 náírà fún gbogbo àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò àti à ń bẹ nígbàánu àti à ń fàyà tí wọ́n fàyà ti wàhálà covid-19 ní àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera. ó ní òun fún ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan ní ètò adójútòfò mílíọ̀nù méjì náírà fún àwọn ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀ta òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera 500 àbórí nǹkan bí gómìnà sọ̀rọ̀ yìí lánàá nígbà tí ó bá gbogbo àwọn ará ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀rọ rédíò wọn àti tẹlifíṣàn. ó ní àwọn ńlá kàkà láti jẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ wọlé ní ogúnjọ́ oṣù yìí nítorí pé wọ́n rí i pé ó yẹ kí ọgbọ́n wà láàrin àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ẹ̀kọ́ àti àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n lè ṣe ní iléèwé pàápàá jùlọ àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí wọ́n jẹ́ tí wọ́n kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jáde.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni tí wọ́n jáde bẹ́ẹ̀ni ẹbí bàbá mi
oníwèé mẹ́fà.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni oníwèé àkọ́kọ́ jẹ́ 3 àti àwọn oníwèé 12.
onílẹ̀yìn ìgbà náà àwọn tó wá wo bí àwọn yòókù náà bí wọ́n ṣe wọlé sí iléèwé wọn ní ìpínlẹ̀
08055 009850 nọ́mbà tí ẹ fi dá sí ètò ní pápápá orúkọ mi ni báyìí ní tí mo fẹ́ sọ báyìí ni gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó jẹ́rìí sí tó lu àmì ṣe ó ní nígbà kan afọ́jú lò ṣùgbọ́n tí ìran báyìí ògo ní fọlọ́run lókè ọ̀run kọ́mọ ju sókí bá náà lọ.
hello.
ẹ mọ̀ kó ojúmọ́ o ẹ ṣeun o ẹ ṣeun táyé tàrílà adúgbẹ́.
mo kí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pẹ̀lú takuntakun lórí ọ̀rọ̀ covid-19 ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ fún wọn pẹ̀lú ìgbọ́ náà.
àmín àmín.
Démọ́lá kí aláṣẹ báyìí.
àmín àmín.
ẹ dákun ìta ìjọba àkókò ọ̀dọ́ máa lè ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún àwọn tá a fi irinṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. àwọn náà àkànjókòó láti oṣù mẹ́rin lẹ̀ láì ṣe kankan ìjọba tí náà ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́.
sẹ́yìn ń tẹ́rìtì gangan alága gangan àbẹ̀wò lẹ́yìn.
òun sípíkà nù oní tẹ́sítì
àwọn tó ń ṣẹ́rẹ̀ fún àwọn olóore àṣẹ́kẹ̀tẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ìjọba àpẹẹrẹ kan ràn wá lọ́wọ́ àti ìjọba àpapọ̀.
ẹ lóòtú ẹ̀tù ẹ̀ ẹ káre.
ẹ ṣeun àsìkò ìgbà sùn.
ọlọ́run tó bàjẹ́ o.
àmì ẹ ṣeun tàrílà àdúgbẹ́ o. tàrílà nù láti Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ 08055 009850 òní nọ́mbà tí à ń lò tí ẹ fi ń bá wa dá sí ètò yòówù kẹ́ ti pè wá ẹja gbọ́ ìròyìn nípa ohun tí a ti kà jáde yìí.
ó sì ọmọlẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ pé wọn ọmọ gba wọn ò ṣe mọ́ ilé ẹjọ́
ó ti lọ gbẹ́jọ́ rẹ̀ padà.
pé kíní tẹ ní alága tẹ ní kó wọn mọ̀ sí bọ́njú òní tó ń lọ ilé ẹjọ́ òun ti àdàrò òun sọ pé ẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ tó wá pé hello.
ẹ káàárọ̀ akójúmọ́ àti lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀.
ta ni pè wá.
àádìí lóbìnrin láti olódó.
láti olódó
mọ̀ ń gbọ́ yín.
láti olódó láti olódó.
àìdí nobo.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni láti olódó.
à ń gbọ́.
láti olódó.
à ń gbọ́ sẹ́ ẹ̀ máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín lọ.
so a kí gómìnà wa fún iṣẹ́ takuntakun tí wọ́n ń ṣe nípa covid-19 ọlọ́run ó máa ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́.
àmín.
ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ yóò máa dàgbàsókè.
àmín.
a sì kọ́ ẹ̀yin náà lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀ ní ṣìṣe o.
àmín o.
ìgbà náà ní wọnú ayé yín.
àmín àmín.
ẹ ṣe púpọ̀.
ẹ ṣe sọ olúwa wa.
ẹ ṣe wá dúpẹ́ o.
àmín.
látàrí pé Naira Marley ọ̀dà bàálù ayárabíàṣá jẹ́ẹ̀tì gbà
tọ́dà
gbàǹjò ní wọ́n ní iléeṣẹ́ tó mójútó gbogbo ọkọ̀ òfurufú nílẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà.
hello.
ẹ káàárọ̀.
ẹ mà káàárọ̀ ta ni ń pè wá ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tí ń pè wá.
ìpínlẹ̀ ṣe ìbéjì láti ní Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́.
bóò ní gbogbo Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ o.
Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ dáadáa bàbá kùkù la jẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ o.
akínyìn o.
òmìnira yìí lórúkọ Jésù.
àmín.
èmi náà lu gómìnà pẹ̀lú Ọ̀yọ́ wa lọ́gbọ̀ ẹnu. wọ́n kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun. lórúkọ Jésù kò ní rẹ̀ wọ́n.
àmín.
agbára ò ní dá wọn.
àmín Ọlọ́run.
mo tún wá àwọn gbogbo àwa tá à ń bẹ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀bẹ̀ tí gómìnà bẹ̀ pé ká máa ṣe ẹgbẹ́ a máa ṣe ká máa gbàdúrà fún ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àti gómìnà wa lórúkọ Jésù àdúrà wo máa gbà.
àmín o.
ẹgbẹ́ a gbàdúrà gan-an
kọ́lọ́run kó lé covid-19 wọlẹ̀.
àmín.
kọ́lọ́run ó sì kọ́ gómìnà wa èyí mákindé mọ̀ ọ́n ṣe.
àmín.
gbogbo ìwà bàjẹ́ tí ń bẹ́ńtà táwọn èèyàn ń wù kọ́lọ́mọ tó àṣírí wọn.
àmín o.
àdúrà tó yẹ ká mọ gbà nu o sì gbàdúrà pé lórúkọ Jésù àdúrà wo mọ gbà.
àmín.
ẹ kú iṣẹ́ kóòtù.
ẹ ṣeun dúkìá ẹ ṣe wá o ẹ ṣe o.
ìròyìn tí mo wá ń bá bọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan iléeṣẹ́ tó
Naira Marley rẹ
òfurufú ó ti wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ dábàá lù ayáradé àṣàgbà mọ́
hello ta ni pè wá.
alọ́ àlójú òpó hello.
mo ò gbọ́n jẹ lọ.
mo rò pé kíní ní ha ni. tó eléyìí wáyé látàrí bí Naira Marley bó sì gba bàálù lásìkò covid-19
ọsọ bẹ́ẹ̀
ọmọ ọlọ́mọ tó tẹkọ̀ létí lọ Àbújá ń gbọ́ owó ń bẹ owó wa.
hello.
hello ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ kú ètò.
àwa rèé.
àwa ní dààmú.
àmín.
orúkọ mi ni Délé Adédìgbà bàbá àbàràpá láti ìlú Ìdèrè.
ẹ ṣe àdúgbò.
ẹ̀sùn ọjọ́ mẹ́ta olúwadó ti wá.
àmín o.
ààrí general Michael Ogunṣínà ṣé ò sí.
ọwọ́ òtútù tẹ̀.
ẹ̀gbọ́n lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ti covid-19 náà ni mo tún bẹ àwọn èèyàn wa lẹ́yọ̀ state gẹ́gẹ́ bí màmá wa lÓgbómọ̀ṣọ́ ti sọ fún ọmọ gbàdúrà ká náà dẹ̀ kí èsára òfin tó yẹ ká pa fún ká máa pa mọ́ ló ti wà ní farapa o.
àmín Ọlọ́run àdúrà wa gbà tó nbẹ arimọ lónìí ní ìdèmọlá.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
yàmọ rẹ lé.
ọmọ tí ń ju òkè.
wọ́n ti ń náwó àti ń nẹsẹ̀. lágbára Ọlọ́run àti ń bọ̀ njọ́ mẹ́jọ kọ́lọ́ ọdẹ mi wá sí. ṣùgbọ́n àwọn akẹgbẹ́ wa ń bọ̀
lọ́la bẹ́ẹ̀.
darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn.
nọ́mbà tí ẹ sì máa pè sí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ polówó.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
wọ́n fi tó wa létí lọ́la àti gbàálẹ̀ lónìí torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ń yẹ wálé nígbà bẹ́ẹ̀ polówó látòkòmọ̀ṣọ́ látòkè Ògùn láti gbẹ́tì láti gbowó. Adémọ́lá Adé ní ìkúláyà ọmọ ṣe tó fẹ́ lọ rẹ sí mi fẹ́rẹ́ jógélé.
Wálé Rufai ló kọ tèmi Ìṣọ̀lá Ògún ọmọ abíkan ǹjẹ́ ò ní wẹ́kọ̀ gbóná mú bá.
àwọn oníkàlẹ̀ dà.
ọ̀dà bọ̀.
ará ìlú kí lẹ fẹ́ máa gbọ́ Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́.